All right, I'm just gonna come over here at this point because there's Jack. Thank you so much for the subscription, Jack. I'm pretty sure you're still up here. Yeah, you're already up here, and it says you've subscribed again, which is terrifying because I'm confused. How are you? Did you gift a sub earlier? Is that what this is? By the way, I think I sent my 3-month thing in super late. Okay. Well, the subathon timer is live. Guys, Zephyr is so uber run down and tired from the event. Colorado kicked Zephyr's ass. He's not sick. Zephyr's not sick. Zephyr's the furthest thing from sick. But Zephyr is definitely eepy in his own ways. Missing me and Kamal. Yeah, I miss everybody. Like, to be completely honest with you guys, it was such a ludicrously fun event that it's just insane how fun it was. I feel remiss for anybody who didn't get the opportunity to go, because it genuinely was probably one of the best collegiate lands ever. I think up until this point, like, Alienware was good, NECC was better. Hands down, the Rocky Mountain Invitational was the best event. Is the subathon still going? Yes, it is. By the way, Kindly Monkey, TTV, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, Sir Garson. It was fun, though. No, it was, like I said, it was genuinely one of the funnest events ever. And, like, realistically, too, there were maybe a couple teams that weren't, like, super competitive, but the majority were, like, always somewhat decent. I think the only real team that struggled was CSU Pueblo, and that was to be expected. That being said, it's great to see you guys. I know this is like a surprise stream, and we're just kind of hanging out tonight. Hard start, 8:10. Okay, lobby's up. You're poopy. Thank you so much for the points. We are now officially up to 318,000. Someone like Zephyr's got to take some time and go back and check exactly what he needs to add to this charade or silliness. Where's my goals? 349. Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Jack. Wait, that's weird. I think because, Jack, you were already previously subscribed, it doesn't count you as a new sub. That's weird. I'd spin on it like a Beyblade. You know what's terrifying is now that the Rocky Mountain Invitational is concluded, not only do I read that sentence, but now I picture you when you say it. I have a physical impression of your face imprinted in my mind saying, I'd spin on it like a Beyblade. Tyler, 445501, thank you so much for the follow. Hopefully you're kinder than the concepts that I'm enduring within my brain cells right now. That being said, Faster said he is just getting the private code lobby up, so we are almost ready to go. Here we go. Welcome, Soares. Welcome, friends of the family. Soares, thank you so much for the points. Parksa. Good to see a Parksa here. That's a friend that I haven't spoken to in a while. Hello, Parksa. Soares, thank you for the points as well. So, what are these scrims? These scrims are a set of collegiate scrims. Surprisingly, there's not some bad people in it, to be honest, but there is some low-level people. It looks like it's more of like a contenders level scrim, just judging by the competition here. Like, let's go through it. Silly Goose. I don't know who this is. CU Academy. That's obviously CU's Academy team. Missouri S&T. Mid. Tamu White. That's right. This is Tamu fucking White. not Tamu Maroon, not Arc, No You and Grap, but instead we have Cole Fireball, Jake, and Cringe Minigun User, which I assume might be Arc. RIT, which, oh my god, has Jack for some reason. We're getting Ancient Unk Jack apparently playing for RIT. Frog and Friends has upgraded. They've gone from Shag, Singular Frog, and whomever to whatever. What do you mean for some reason? Jack, you're not a college student anymore, though. What do you mean? I got home too late and couldn't join the scrims? Ah, that's rough. Welcome back, Ethereal, by the way. It's good to see you, friend. He is? Jackson College? Whoa, what? Wait a second. Jack's still in college? No way. ISU Red, Kayak, Soares, Asian Hulk Bro. We used to have this roster, not Koryu instead of Asian Hulk Bro. He jumps up to the main team. Asian Hulk Bro is chilling down here. UNCC, which is, I think, more of a mix. It's not the actual roster. I don't know. The Dankaroos, this is too dank from CSU Pueblo, but some different folks there. CSU Gold, that is a legitimate roster. Enlightened Rect Emporium, a Mr. Kanji character. Hold on. I have to ask, because this is a new fella who just tried out. How do I pronounce kanji character's name? Yes. 6'7"? Might be 6'7". CSU Rams. You have some of the CSU team there. Diversity, that's not quite the right roster. There's not Koryu from ISU. Bro, don't smoke me, bro. I don't know who that is. Colorado Mines, Asterix, Derp Dude Talon. That actually makes sense. ACU is going to get some practice in. Okay. UT White, that is actually UT White's roster. Hey, Atmoside, Twin Scythe, Matthew Moose, thank you so much for the channel points. My God, we are officially at 326. It's Bozo? Okay. Bro, don't smoke me as Bozo. Zephyr, he doesn't know. Just say kanji? What the fuck? Okay, well, KSU Gold's team player's name is just kanji. UNCS don't know. SC's got Vortec at least. CU Boulder's the regular roster. NMSU Crimson. And UHE, we haven't seen Hawaii in a while, but they were in Premier League last season. First ISU Scrim, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's the first Scrims for a lot of these teams, especially in preparation for the collegiate season here. So, UNCC with one UNCC student. That is also something that I did, in fact, notice. Zephyr, do you want to type all the names of the people in lobby? Oh, hell yeah. If you grab me a list of all 60 players, I can spin the wheel. I fucked up my finger literally today. Okay, 2 seconds. We're about to get into game. Zephyr is going to pour this soda out because it's giving him an aneurysm by its existence. I'll be right back. Okay. Zephyr is officially back. All right. Let's see how it goes. Couple of messages. And we should be good. All right, guys. Realistically, I don't know how this lobby will go. I don't think it contains the best of the best in all of Collegiate, but lobby quality about to be 2 or a 10. All right, well, speaking of that, it is our first prediction of the day. Lobby, because this is definitely the big one. Lobby quality over under 6.0. Over under You guys got 2 minutes to get that in while we're loading in. Champs have been selected. And yes, as a reminder, we are doing the subathon still. I'm pretty sure this weekend will be light, but if all goes well, we should be starting with the very first collegiate season match with ECAC next Monday. They have yet to get back to me, though. I have asked ECAC if they will let me watch party the games. They're once again giving me the runaround, which is always super annoying. All right, guys. Plenty of teams here, most in some kind of position. I would be shocked to see anybody go for a full send somewhat quickly in terms of this early setup. I don't know. ECAC is a joke. You're not wrong, Coco, but ECAC is content. Lewis. Oh, there's my boy. Hi. He's purring. He's such a sweet boy. He was crying. ECAC is so fun, though. It is. It's literally a fun league. Makes Octane look like a professional league. Well, I mean, Octane is the closest thing we have to a collegiate professional league, in fairness. ACU top 5, calling it now. If only you could do that at LAN. If only. Anyways, looks like we might have the first send of the match today. We got Johners. Johners from Whoa, actually, someone just got a massive snipe on wherever Tamu is. Over here. They're probably fine. They're just going to reset. Little high ground ascension means Mojo will get dropped by the likes of ISU's Not Koryu. Quick revives, and Diversity is going to be closing that gap pretty quickly. Not Koryu representing for the premier level ISU roster. Don't Smoke Bro will go down, but Not Koryu is just as quick to rotate around the back and find Ben Swolo with his pants down. One final remaining member left standing alive here. Let's take a look and see where it is. Johners already taking all the way out towards the east to survive. W team comp from this team? Kind of W. Please don't smoke me, bro. And truthfully, are trying to hunt this one out to see if they can find Johners. That sound effect might give it away. Here's the thing. UNCS, or UNCS, as they might be called, is currently nearby. We'll see if Johners runs into this. Either way, it is a first, I guess, lead for the Diversity roster. Couple of shots, Colorado Mines, who impressed me coming out of this LAN in a situation against NMSU Crimson here. I mean, they're not going to push this. They've got Pussyfoot. L Jukebox on his way out. And Lewis has my arm in a death grip. I cannot use my first hand. Oh, shit. On a Dara. Getting hit in the back. Little response there from the likes of Vortec. Probably the best member on this roster right now. For the likes of RIT, though, they are more than healthy to look for this push. Couple of gas traps from Ivy Burns, and come on. We'll see if you can ascend. A little zone positioning here. For now, it looks a little chalked. I did check up on Tamu a second. They are reset. Could see the rest of Divisible, Ruby, and Crew go for the full send here in a minute. Meanwhile, we got a little bit of some extra gas in the tank. Little recovery, reascension, little push here from Jack, Ivy Burns, and Not Rowan. That's information for them to assault upon this chase. They already had the damage to begin with, but now they do find themselves at least with multiple teams here. Jay's on ACU today, so that means a top 5. Probably not, but I appreciate the love for Abilene Christian University. You know what I mean? Now, I will say that means we will have UHE, RIT, Southeastern Oklahoma, and UNCC currently in zone. Up top is none other than CU Academy. Faster himself on this roster. He's cheating. By the way, he's cheating. He's cheating completely. If you have any problems, please blame Faster and make sure he knows he's cheating. ISU Red, no slouches to aggression given the history of this roster. Will already find Andrew down from CU Boulder. And with that, it leaves just Peanut Butter's okay to run for the hills here, but that's not going to be a run that carries him very far or very fast. Bocek and a single shot in the back will leave CU Boulder, our first team, eliminated here. Meanwhile, MST, not much better to say for themselves as they've got a fight going on. Take a look at UNCC. Psycho. Let's see around the back. Couple of dashes, dives, and dips away, and they should have this building to themselves for another day. RIT laying staking control to the northern side. They're probably just going to hold hands here for the time being. Plenty of other teams also within the vicinity, but none quite in zone the same way. We could still have a lot of edge play. That being said, though, still decently. Jay is the GOAT. All right. Which one's Jay? Which one's Jay, AC? Because we've got Alexini, we got T-Dobbs, and we got Micah. Also, Jesus Christ, my cat is fucking my finger up, bro. Guess Jay isn't playing. He changed his name. What did he change his name to? God damn, Micah. Holy shit. It could be Micah. It could be T-Dobbs. Either way, he's still going to use the Sentinel. Prefab, fire, and flat. There we go. Another drop down on a Galaxy, but it comes at the cost of Alexini the Genie. Couple rotates around the back, and they do already have a 2-member lead, and Micah gonna take their time to get this revive off. Meanwhile, Vortec has flying away to the Jurassic Park area. Looks like Kai is gonna look for this a little bit. Try to see if he can get somewhat of a response around the side. It's good damage, but UH is currently playing the upper side here, so not likely going to be something they completely follow through with. Meanwhile, we'll say goodbye to the Dankaroos here. ISU Red with another wipe down, and well, for Mrs. 2 Dank, it's a similar situation that looks oh so familiar to CSU Pueblo that we saw this last weekend. Plenty of other teams here. Truthfully, and the crew will be wiping out Tamu White, the now new JV roster of the Texas A&M school. That'll be truthfully not Corium. Well, maybe even Vortex here in a second. Couple good shots? No, they can't hit that shit. Faster and crew finding the drop on UHE will go for the push in the meanwhile. Faster himself gets a huge damage chunk, but it's at least denied for now. Quick revive as Walkin Saboti able to find at least all 3 members up. Meanwhile, for UHE, Gerald and Kai kind of playing out here towards the east. Might be able to get Cole back up. It depends if we see CU go for the full thirst. Yeah, should be able to fully complete that. Southeastern inevitably found out towards the southern side as we get into the final remaining teams here. Colorado Mines, a school, like I said, that I was impressed with at the LAN for their first time ever. Now, scrimming things out and playing for zone. Remember, this is a zone that is already contentious. They've opted to play the complete southern side, which is not a terrible position to be, especially with Derp Dude on that Newcastle. You can work with that castle wall when you get the chance. UT White setting themselves up across from the likes of Abilene Christian University. We've got Texan on Texan action here. Down below, 16 squads still remaining as we take a look at Frog and Friends. ISU, I love to say this, they've got your name, number, address, location to deny here coming out of Command Center. Soras and the rest of the ISU roster are already posturing as much as they can. Okay, bye Zephyr, I'm going to go play Valorant. It was a pleasure to see you again, Matthew. Oh, I wish I was more healthy right now. Micah with the drop from Abilene Christian University. I don't think they're going to go for the full push there. But Abilene Christian University, another knock in zone. If only they could play this good at LAN. ISU Red really trying to shore up the distance. Trying to get close. Sneak this one in. Say hello to Frog and Friends and turn them into the legs that be. We'll smoke out front, and we're going to cross that distance while we can. Arcstar to blow out the door, and IC Red could assault this from multiple angles. Okay, Toxic. I'll take, you know what? I'll take your money, lies or not, wins or dubs. If they get exactly 7th place, I'll give you 15 bucks. How about that? Dude, my cat is just laying into my fucking hand right now. He is just here. Look at this. Look at this. He's just here, just completely suckling and biting and having a great time. Your investment is so silly. All right. NMSU's Pajama, Vita, Mike's looks like KSU, Rect Emporium. Where's the KSU roster? Because that's the one I'm most interested in here. Looks like Rect Emporium forced to recover in the inside of the Jurassic Tunnel. They're going to try to go for the full execution as it is none other than not for you from the ISU squad. Finding that full finisher on Direct himself. That will leave KSU Gold as a duo for the time being. Meanwhile, Colorado Mines sneaking into zone here finds out that they've got themselves a fight to Ivy Burns down on the side. Derp Dude taken low. Asterix going to look for that alternative angle, but he needs to do it quick because the rest of his team is down below. Derp Dude hanging on for dear life here as meanwhile, RIT unable to get the reset on Ivy Burns. Jack did not extend down low. All right, like I said, Toxic, if they get exactly 7th place, I'll give you 15. We'll see. Oh, wait. If they get top 5, I'll give 5 subs. If they do, you give 5 subs. I thought that sentence said, if they get top 5, I'll gift you, or you give 5 subs. And I thought it just said you're just going to give me subs. I don't know. Let's take a look at CU Academy. I can't read. Faster is back up into play, of course, after his early knock. And now KSU Gold will face their elimination at the hands of CSU Fullerton. You having a stroke? Brother, given how hot this room is and how I feel right now, I'm always having a stroke. Not Rowan and the rest of the crew here. Sharing for space on the inside of building. RIT, yes, still as a duo. Meanwhile, looks like we got fighting out towards the edge of zone. The Unks roster for the full send. Ben Swallow down for MST, and that leaves just Johners alive behind the scenes here. Meanwhile, UHE not too far from the action. The Visible Ruby and crew might be able to sniff this out, but the revive still coming through. Might need to take your shirt off again like at day 1 LAN. I don't remember ever taking my shirt off on day 1. Actually, no, I did, didn't I? Never mind. Quick reset for the likes of... Who the hell is this? Diversity? Yeah. CSU Rams not far away, up and above here. Could always be third party by MNSU if they get a little too down and dirty with it. This is just a chaotic building. I don't know what I'm looking at. All right. Let's see if Blank from them find MST. I mean, this is the prime situation for them to just walk up behind them, take a couple free ones. Mojo's fast, Johnner's faster. Doesn't change the fact that they're going to be rotating just behind you here in a second. Oh, there's the shot in the back. Is that the go button? Pop a pad, bro. They're going for the revive while they can. If I was them, I would just full send this. Down through the Maggie ball, finds a blast around the back. Blank with a quick reload, and you've got double dumps to get Blank at least no form of damage to work with here. The rest of MST running for their life. Meanwhile, Shag in the prime position to potentially pick up, I mean, what is the entirety of MST's 1 Johners here. Mojo will go down. And it is up to Johners to play inside the building for now. As a solo remaining member, should go out here. Johners eliminated. Mojo full thirsted. You have to wonder, how will Ben Swallow survive this? All right, let's take a look at Frog and Friends. They've got the Unk. Oh, that felt so good. Still chasing this one forward. All I'm saying is that was me getting 1 clip, get off the iPad. That's true. You could pull on elixirs. CSU Rams go bye-bye. Zephyr needs a water. Hit a shot. Hit a shot. Okay. You're not entirely a chud, but you're partial chuddery. Blank is partial chuddery. We'll see if Blank can make a recovery here. Couple of missiles on both sides of the equation. You have to wonder, what will Frog and Friends do? Far away from the zone. Come on, you fucking idiots. What is hitting an elixirs? Hitting an elixirs is staying in your iPad all day long and getting 14,000 damage from EMP. Bro, there we go. I was going to say, come on, Divisible Ruby. You can see him right there. Confirm Jay's not playing. I might be losing my money. That honestly could be true. I mean, they're still in it. ACU Esports is not in a bad spot. They're probably going to take off with a Valkyrie ultimate, but it is still 12 teams remaining right now. Meanwhile, let's take a look at their diversity. Currently a knockdown around the back. Please don't smoke, bro, from up above with a massive double tap alternator. Making short work of the exchange here. Little Newcastle reset with the incendiary grenade, potentially. I mean, putting in some serious work, but once again, it is up for Truthfully in them to get the reset revive. Meanwhile, Abilene Christian University rotating from behind, shot in the back from the likes of UHE will get absolutely obliterated instantaneously here. Couple of distant shots from UHE against UT White around the back here, as that will be the full wipe from Diversity onto NMSU Crimson. Center zone, ISU Red. CU Academy out towards the east. UT holding on for dear life as he's got the UNCC roster right behind the likes of RIT Jack and the RIT squad. I mean, they're basically fucked. I'm surprised they're not shooting back. They've got no damage. Yo, Toxic Flask. Or Toxic Flash. Thank you so much for the subs. Give me until the end of this game. I'll write you up on the sub poster. That's another hour to the subathon. I'm never going to escape this subathon, by the way. I'm pretty sure we're going to gain all the hours back on the subathon today before I've even streamed them. Deal's a deal? Hey, a deal's a deal. I'm not even kidding you. I would have paid up, too. Double or nothing next game. No, I'm kidding. Couple of knocks from UNCC as they're stuck with nowhere to go. You have to wonder who's putting in damage where it counts. UT and Hawaii right alongside each other. Meanwhile, UNCC stuck towards the east. It's good to see you, Mrs. Tudank. It's a shame that we didn't get to see you for long in game, though. Hopefully, we got a little bit of improvement for the rosters. I'm gonna be a broke college student after this. Don't invest your money. Don't worry about it too much, my brother. Diversity with a quick revive as not Koryu is low. You're gonna need some recovery here from the rest of this roster, but Truthfully is taken out there. Not Koryu with a couple of quick heals, and now it's his turn to save for UHE. Meanwhile, the only team we have not discussed, Frog and Friends, all the way up north here, could rotate into zone. You can see Shag already leading around the back. Now with Kraber in hand, I think we're gonna enjoy a Kraber cam here in a second. Meanwhile, UT still trying to fight their way in. ISU Red with this beautiful height advantage has all the time in the world to shove UT out. UHE's right alongside them. Meanwhile, UT White has to make a dastardly climb to get into any kind of survivability here. And I'll be honest with you, I think this is all said and done for the UT roster. UHE's got all the time in the world here to just push them out over towards the side. Meanwhile, they could be coming up right behind the Diversity squad. Couple of gas traps as ISU Suarez will go down. And I mean, for Shun and crew, this is the perfect opportunity to third party. Mobile shield down. Damage on both sides of the equation here. UNC just down to Gabe going for these revives. Why? Oh my gosh. If I was UT, I would send it, but instead they finish off ISU in the saying. We gotta lock in. A lot of teams gotta lock in right now. UT White surprisingly letting these recoveries come through. Diversity's not much better themselves. Let's take a look at Shag because he's the one who's got the leading part of the damage here. Alternator in a double tap trying to stick the battery like a chud in point blank range. Knocks gas grenade around the back here, and I mean, hold on for dear life. Shag will try to rotate this back. Hear you? I hear you too. I think UT's just happy to be alive. Not gonna lie, UT is happy to be alive, but it's not for long. A trade on to Kai will bring them some lemons of success, but it will lead to UHE potentially dying out here. Koryu, truthfully, extending all the way down to the low ground, trying to get that full thirst onto Kai. A gas trap from Cole will delay for now, but they've turned their attention to the height. Either way, this allows Frog and Friends to get the reset off, and now my question is, can we hit a Kraber shot? Rolling Thunder down, alternator out, use the Kraber. Oh yeah! Let's go, Shag! He's gonna get out of dodge of his own Rolling Thunder, but it's damage where it counts. UHE will go down. Diversity, the last remaining roster, but Frog and Friends, this is a win built in stone here. Shag around the back just has to win this 1v1, and instead, he has to force a reload. Still, job's done. Frog and Friends, and congratulations to Singular Frog from New York University, Shag from Utah, and J-Dog from another school, probably in Colorado. I assume J-Dog's from Colorado. Does anyone actually know? I remember J-Dog was at LAN. I'm struggling. All right, guys. Let's take a look at that scoreboard while we get a chance. I asked you going into this game over under a 6.0 quality score. It was a 9.43. 9.43. A whole bunch of you just got fucked on your predictions. Oh my God. Toxic, by the way, pick a color. I'm going to assume purple for ACU. Little purple. I wasn't that bad. Rigged. I wouldn't even say it's rigged. It really was just a very competitive lobby. Diversity, though, at the top with the majority of the KP. Not Koryu, truthfully, and bro, don't smoke me. At 4 KP there, respectively. J-Dog does indeed live in Colorado. Thank you. Do you know what school he goes to? Hey, J-Dog, bro, thank you so much for the points. I will say, diversity, still 21 kills is no joke. They pick up a third of that lobby. Truthfully, from the likes of CSU Fullerton, Bro Don't Smoke Me Bozo, a retiree, and not Koryu, of course, from ISU. A disgusting chunk of damage there. Frog and Friends with the dub, though, does round out for a tie against UHE 16-16, respectively. I think our next bet's going to be diversity over under a certain amount of points here. Diversity over under 9.5 KP. We're putting a big bet on this one because they're either going to go explosive or they're going to get shit on. So get your bets in. Here's 5 minutes on the board. Over, under 21. I don't think he's a college student. Good point. Somewhere in the USA, if I had to. No, the Colorado does exist, chat. Of course, in fourth place, ISU Red in 10. UT White with 8 with their fourth place finish there. Kayak, thank you so much for the points. We're now officially all the way up to 330. Only 170,000 to go. Of course, there we got RIT, the Unks. CU, Colorado Mines. ACU there down in 11th. A bit of a shame. Toxic, I'm just going to add your name to the thing with purple because that's an ACU substandard. And also, I definitely need to add something to the shirt. Toxic. Flash. Great job. Thank you so much. I assume you would want an ACU logo, but we'll talk about that later. Project Gerbil, 12,000 points from Project Gerbil. Not only has Project Gerbil committed the second most amount of subs out of anyone here at the Zephyr cast stream, broadcast, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Project Gerbil has also committed some of the most points to the tournament, making up a currently diversive over 1 in 30%. That's over 3% of the total tournament there. How many subs does Gerbil have? You can actually see that right at the top. Project Gerbil has gifted 30 subs and reminders for anybody that wants their hands on either this poster, which now, by the way, contains a signature from almost everybody at the Colorado land. I can't take it down because it is currently set up there. It has a signature now from all the folks from the Colorado land on top of the subbers. The other individual will be receiving this shirt, which, by the way, I apologize. This shirt is stinky, farty, smelly at this point. I cannot wash it. But it will be a great memento for you to have, and hopefully over the time of the heat death of the universe, it will lose its smell. That being said, we are getting into game 2 here. Let's jump in with diversity while Zephyr go and gets a water. Here we go. I doubt they'll do anything super fast, super quick. Wait. Why the fuck? This guy is playing Vantage, bro. 10 kills with them on this comp. They're locked in. Yeah, they need 10 kills with a Gibby, Revenant, and yes, Vantage. This shirt is definitely going to get worse. This shirt is going to get stinky, farty, smelliest till it's a nuclear bomb of stench. And at that point, I'm going to ship it to you, and your eyebrows might fall off the minute you unleash it. All right? They're doing Legend Wheel. Oh, that's goated. That's goated. All right, let me go grab a water. Good water for Zephyr. Anyways, no. you. Lewis gets scared when Papa goes outside. And that's all that really matters because he's a sweetie pie. Bye, Lewis. All right, I'm back with water. Doesn't look like Diversity has done much yet, but they do have MST right alongside them. This could break out into something. Zephyr's going to nurse his water here. Oh, shit. Truthfully, early bubble down, and everyone's points and predictions are starting to look a little unstable here. Johners and the MST rosters going for the full send while they've got the chance. Meanwhile, Suarez and Kayak from ISU Red Group T, they're hiding success of their own here. Anguish drop down means that they're just down to one more. Here we go, wrap around the back. Diversity for the starting assault. Bro, don't smoke me with a knock of one. The Revenant doesn't get to escape away. Meanwhile, a full send slide from Not Koryu as we get some more ISU representation into the dome. They will go as Ben Swallow, stuck in the iPad, too busy with his grubby little sticky hands, will let this entire team get their reset. That is the first 2 KP, and now we switch to the sniper's mark. Actually, never mind. We're going to go for the full assault forward here. Yeah, he's got your name, address. The pills ahead here look more like a potential opportunity for wipage. 50 down. You wish he had a little bit more. He'll switch to the G7 Scout to get that flesh broken. And MST needs just a couple of shots. Bro, don't smoke me, bro. Gets the drop with the 30-30, and that is 3 KP for Diversity. Only 2 more team wipes, and you'll be almost there. Couple of squads fighting. We'll jump on over to University of Hawaii here. NMSU Crimson, not far and away. I hate the reload animation of that R99. Me too. It oddly feels clunky. It also feels slower, even though I know it's not, but it feels slower. Oops. Shout out to Frost. Just perfectly executed what I call silence. Point blank right in front of the door. Obliteration. Right around the back there, a couple of gas traps will do damage down where it counts. Meanwhile, for the likes of Hawaii, just barely got themselves out to safety. Jared with a quick revive, but here comes the full port send. UHE, this is always the best opportunity for recovery. Knocks down on 2, a 1v1 scenario, and NMSU Crimson just threw their game. Oh my god. What are we doing? There's a reason you don't take the altar portal. It is a lesson built in blood for the NMSU roster. KSU struggling in their own way for now. Let's take a look at ISU Red. They got a fight against CSU Rams potentially taking place here. Little burn onto Soros for now. Slide around the back, and Asian Hulk Bro ain't looking much better themselves. Soros for the heal. Kayak trying to hold on for dear life, and the full assault from the CSU Rams means that your life is likely tentatively over. Quick teleport out, utilizing the altar portal. Trying to play for the full revive. Kayak and Asian Bro have to hold on for dear life here, but instead, Soros, I think he's just going to run it. Good beam from Soros for one. A wrap around the back here still means that CSU will find the responsive knocks, even though he got the one. I feel like commit to the chase, commit to the run. That is, once again, that is the other side of the fraction of altar portals and how they fare here. You asked me how Not Koryu's doing. I'll tell you what, for Diversity, it looks like they might be meeting their maker. 1 second to go, and they do have the potential runaway to pylon here, but this jump needs to be perfect. Bozo back. Has the crafter. I will say, unks are nearby. If I'm Bozo, I'd be potentially running this one a little bit further outside. Couple full thirsts from the RIT rosters. We take a look at the zone. We are getting that half and half split here between Pylon, Barometer, and yes, even the likes of Jurassic. Of course, should be Diversity on recovery here. They do have this crafter on the outside, so it isn't completely said and done, and the walk-in doesn't look too bad. For some reason, Tamu White is the most separated team on Earth. I'm not quite sure why, but you know what? They're back together. That's all that matters. Lewis, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There you go, buddy. He cry. He cry. I have to give him love. He's a sweet boy. Yes, you're such a sweet boy. I love you so much. Let's take a look at KSU getting butt fucked here. Wrecked Emporium with nowhere to go. One good scan. Oh my god. As Southeastern doesn't have a scan legend. They're actually rocking the most silly. What scrims are these? These are the Rocky Mountain scrims. KSU's got a little bit of the med kits to work with here, but yeah, 5 syringes, 2 med kits should be enough for Rec to find their way back, especially utilizing a power amp, but oh no, power amp's canceled outside his zone. Don't worry about it. Your scrims? It is not Kuzer's scrims, guys. Kuzer doesn't have scrims. Either way, even if Rec gets this revive off for KSU Gold, the amount of distance that KSU have to, like, play into is insane. All right, let's take a look at the new Texas A&M white roster. We have Jake and Coalfire Ball. This is the real question. Can you live up to the Zephyr cast standards? At LAN, I was telling Ark, I said, most of the time, it's not that we couldn't find people to try out for Apex. It's just that I wouldn't allow them to form a team. Right? If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. I didn't want to waste Tamu's money. It looks like Ark will find a first knockdown here. That is the only actual Tamu Maroon roster. Couple shield breaks from Jack, and you have to wonder, is there any damage in the tank right now? So far, Jake has 0. Coalfire also has 0. But you know what? They're in zone. What is good enough? Got to be at least Schwab level. Got to be Mahab Aladdin. You got to be Lisan Al Gaib. All right? You got to be the next coming of Apex Jesus, Imperial Halal. What comp is UNCC? Hold on. We got cracks and Koryu's full sending it. Group T said, how is not Koryu doing? And I said, no, he's kicking ass. How's KSU doing? Bad. Wrecked Emporium is a solo right now. Looks like Southeastern will run for now. They're not going to play into the port plane for Wrecked. He means about running into Southeastern sometime soon here. We'll see how it goes. Mid? Schwab was a legend. Schwab was a goated legend. Never count my Schwabular fantastic guy out. Let's take a look at the CSU Rams. They're getting held out by none other than Ark with the cringe minigun he's got on hand here with the Sheila. Couple dashes out and away, and you have to wonder, yes, 100 damage for Jake, 189 for Cole Fireball, and the new Tamu white roster is at least finding some damage. Looks like the rest of CSU will continue to play the small around the mock. Coalfire starting to look a little bit deeper here, able to find just a bit of the nemesis before they wrap around the corner. Still doesn't change the fact that you've got the likes of Diversity coming in here sometime shortly. A little bit of Southeastern, and yes, Wrecked Emporium. Little does nobody know that this is actually the safest spot to be. Let's take a look at Not Koryu. Vantage Ultimate ready to go. CSU will fly above. A walk into Tamu leaves flesh to be found here, truthfully, to lead the engage. Couple of ports back and already 32 damage, and Tamu could be followed upon. Jake trying to smoke this one out, and you've got to pray for your life here. Gibby Bubble, point blank. Charge rifle as well. That'll be it for Jake down. A beam behind the shield, though. Knock for knock, and truthfully, Not Koryu are obliterated in the face of the rampart walls. A couple of nades mean nothing, and please, bro, don't smoke me. It's down to 1. Wrecked Emporium, by the way, still outside his zone. Could actually be able to get in here. Slowly down to his last bit of health remaining. Oh, does he go down here? No, he's fine. He's down just his syringes. He's got to commit for the northern side. Let's take a look at the likes of Tamu, because they're not said and done yet. Another knockdown. You have to wonder if they'll portal through. Cold Fireball is going to stick the revive while he can onto Jake. Meanwhile, CSU Academy, not much better themselves. Still stuck as a solo here as CSU Rams trying to set themselves up for a full wipe against Tamu. They don't realize that Tamu has moved on, but hey, damage down on those shields is still critical for how this will end. Let's take a look at the bottom of the map. UNCC's rocking the Crypto Bangalore Wraith that you asked about earlier. They got only 2 people there. Meanwhile, Frog and Friends should be able to hold them out. If they don't, UT White should be able to hold them out. Silly Gooses v Colorado Mines sharing the same building for a walk-in as ACU has to fight their same way in here sometime soon. Let's take a look at Diversity because they just got back their entire roster, and we have to wonder if Tamu can hold on for dear life. A double swing and a miss from Truthfully on the massive shots. That'll be Jake down, but it's a trade for 1. Not Koryu on Cold Fire Boy, and it's up to Arc. In the end, Diversity will get the wipe on to Tamu, and you have to wonder, is that enough KP for the Diversity roster? They're currently at 8. They just need 2 more KP for the predictions here today. CSU Rams starting to extend around the back. If Diversity don't get this walk-in, this would be it. Catalina overextending there and on from the side. I mean, they've got the break on the Gibby, the ADS shield, but these aren't knocks. Meanwhile, KSU Gold able to get the entire roster back into play. We'll say goodbye to UNCC. Let's take a look at Abilene Christian University because right now, they are currently in the gatekeeping spot of this zone. Micah with a couple chunks of damage down. You have to wonder if anyone else will actually be able to walk in here. That's it for Silly Gooses. That's it for UT White. The only team left alive is Colorado Mines. Dr. Suz, thank you so much for the points here. 12,000 is really no joke. You are 3% of the total tournament points. Let's look at T-Dobbs around the back here. Colorado Mines catch him as Asterix gets shot up above for Abilene Christian University. This is the go button for their onslaught against the Mines roster. Uno, dos, here comes Trace. Call it a cake, whether it be milk or tasty. Colorado Mines getting, nope, not that word, obliterated. We'll take a look at the Unks from the other side. Frog and Friends trying to push this one forward. Nox gas grenade from a singular Frog, the namesake, to slow the push down for now. Jax trying to pump some through the window, but instead getting shot in the back by that Southeastern roster who've just put themselves back together from Pylon side. Let's take a look at UHE because they're the ones to hold out Abilene Christian University for the time being. Meanwhile, KSU Gold, they've just lost out on 1, and what could be the final end for them? A chunk of damage from Bozo means that for Diversity, it looks like they're hitting their KP here. Congratulations to those who predicted the 10 plus KP. They now have a god spot in zone. Unks will drop 1 down. Southeastern's got another. Meanwhile, Frog and Friends have come back through the other side of the wall and should be able to hold this out on the side of Pylon here. Little bit of damage down. You have to wonder, how is Shag not hitting these shots? You know, I met Shag at land. Shag is 7'19", and honestly, with that kind of extra height to him, you'd expect him to hit any long-range shot. He doesn't really have to hit them. He just has to extend the bullet outward with his hand. Let's see how it goes. Frog and Friends, they'll take their time to start moving into zone instead. You would still hope that Shag and them would hold off against a visible Ruben crew. Meanwhile, ACU behind them. Hawaii's got a little bit of a position in zone. Frog and Friends will find Abilene Christian University point blank here, and they've got to push for this. Already taking too much damage from zone. Frog and Friends will burn out in the meanwhile, leaving just Shag alive. Looks like for ACU, the full send from Other South will leave them cut with the edge of zone. Hawaii with great defense. Meanwhile, RIT trying to shore up their weaknesses and get this wipe off, but Hawaii is stuck down on the low ground. We'll say goodbye to, no, Ivy Burns gets a recovery from IRT. Meanwhile, Diversity, they're exacting what could be the vengeance of blood on this lobby. Just as I say that, Koryu's got to pull back here, and you have to wonder, will we see more? RIT for recovery. UHE down and deleted. A little bit of an exchange from the outside as the Unks are still trying to push this one in. Couple of peeks, and they've got to get those rampart breaks. The gas from Blank is enough, but a swing to the outside means you are almost said and done. P2020s have got to count here for Divisible Ruby. A trade for a trade, a port to the inside, a leap around the back, the castle walls, the drop finally found as Unks will get their wipes out. Meanwhile, Diversity in the meanwhile has lost out on Don't Smoke Me, bro. They do not have a mobile beacon. CSU Rams hold on for dear life. It is just Vortec, a left alive on the western side. And yes, CSU Rams now extending their exchange out towards Not Koryu. Diversity might be on their last legs here for CU Boulder. Digi's already extended. Port play out. There's the scan they need. And I mean, you got nowhere to go. It's an excellent game from Diversity nonetheless. And they still live up to their point score line. CU Boulder, a full 3-man force. The Unks, a full 3-man force. And yes, CSU Rams still in it. Shout out to Shag, who is currently ratting this one out. Eventually, someone will see this. Meanwhile, here comes the CSU Rams, able to defend for their life. Knocks gas down below, and for some reason, 47 drops to the low ground. That's a throw and a half here. Even still, Catalina with one evens this out as we'll say goodbye to CSU. The Rams trying to push in through the door. Shot in the back. The Unks will be eliminated, but it's the perfect time for CU Boulder to get down and dirty with it. A full send in the interior for Gilgi means that Catalina will be wiped out. There's the revive Newcastle from outside, but from up above, it is a perfect send from Digi. With one final remaining member, Shag will be found, spotted, and now officially turned into my favorite piece of ground beef. Congratulations to CU Boulder, the dub in Game 2. Let's jump on over that scoreboard because we've got a prediction to take a look at. Here we guys go. Let me update. Hey, unknown pizza guy. You may be unknown, but you represent the love for pizza. We fucking like pizza, man. I'm sorry. I fucked it up. All right, congratulations to CU Boulders. A dub with 8 KP, 20 points there. I'll tell you what, the third place placement for 9 on top of 7 for the CSU Rams. But Diversity, yes, with 12 KP. I asked you guys over under on the predictions, 9.5 KP. Guess what? They hit the 12. Congratulations to the over. That's a huge chunk. You're hilarious, man. Pizza guy, I appreciate that. I would not say I am funny, but you know what? I'll goon do it later. Quality? The quality for this match was still okay. It was a 6-6-6. I have to draw a pentagram now. I'm sorry. Hi, Lewis. Are you a sweet baby? Okay. Sadly, a 666 is a terrifying premise. Thank you, pizza guy. I appreciate the support, dude. Hey, I'm playing new Sense and a 120 FOV. I'm limit testing. That's why I sucked on Gibby. I too suck, but it's because I don't make excuses. I'm just bad. There we go, guys. I like how Not Koryu said he's just bad at the game when he's the second highest damage on his team and he's still playing Vantage, which is honestly troll as fuck. Let's take a look at the player standings because that's where next bet is going to come from. Digi leads with 2,700. First game was 3,000. I will ask you guys going into this game, damage leader over under 3K. Over under. You guys got 5 minutes to get that in. Over under 3,000 damage. This game, the answer would be no. In game 1, bro, don't smoke me, bro, would be yes. And Not Koryu as well. So, it is possible. It's a hit or a miss sometimes. The over is already taking the lead at 1K. Get your bets in. Of course, we'll take a look at the overall standings now. Currently in the lead is still Diversity with 33 KP, making up their 45 score. That is over 66%, almost 70% coming from KP. Shout out to Frog and Friends, though. They do the wild opposite, which is their placement. Currently an average of 1.5. That is insane. They're making up almost the entirety of their score from their placement. They only have 6 KP. Finally, Hawaii's a little bit more balanced out with the rest of the teams looking good. CU Boulder makes a 16-team jump, and the CSU Rams make an 8-team jump. Of course, this is the first 2 games, so things will continue to balance out here. We are going to move on, though, from Storm Point to one of these other maps. It's not in order. It's either E-District or World's Edge, so who really gives a shit? Of course, match will be starting in a second. Let me update the sub standing because that's the most important thing here right now. Of course, we've got, let's see. Current subs are now sitting at 354 subs. For those of you who have been on top of this all subathon long, we are now officially only 6 subs away from our next subathon goal. You might ask yourself, Zephyr, what is that? Well, Zephyr would say it is the Hot Chip Challenge. It would not be taking place tonight. I would save it probably for an inaugural day of the Octane or something big. And we would do it right there and then at the start of the day or something fun. And then, yeah. So that would be 360. Of course, 380 will hit the weekly premiere recaps. And then at 400, a team video for every premier level team. For those of you who don't watch Collegiate, that just means the top 40 teams in Collegiate will get a very special little video from Zephyr explaining who they are, mostly to help out the scene grow, but also a couple things. At 420, we got that Collegiate Poker Night. 440, a Collegiate Fantasy League for the season. And 460, Color Your Hair, temporary. 480, Collegiate Game Night. Or no, what is that? Debate Night. Oh, God. All right. And then 500, the IRL Collegiate Olympics taking place here in Texas at Zephyr's house. All right. Let's take a look at the rest of things. The game is starting. You guys don't give a shit about that. I will say, try to get some of these goals in before the official start of season. It is coming up very shortly here. Once the season starts, stuff like the Fantasy League and etc. is going to get a little bit more messy to keep track of. Let's jump on over to E-District while we get a chance. Zephyr is going to go turn down the AC here for a second. I will be right back. Hi, Lewis. Lewis, you can't trick me like that. Okay. Oh, you're such a sweet baby. Apparently we had a lobby restart. What's up, guys? I'm back. You know what upsets me about these markers? You can't put them together. They made it so that they just stay separate. Come here. Come here. Come on Papa's lap. He's such a baby. You guys hear him cry? He only doesn't cry when he gets to sit in my lap. And then he goes away, and then he comes back, and then he's sweet, and then he cries. All the time. So that's the underwrite. Also, this line is horrible. What does that mean? Damage leader over under 3K. It's not a horrible line. I do not think it's a horrible line, Koryu. This game alone, it didn't happen. Elixirs exists. Elixirs is not in the game, Koryu. What are you talking about? There is no Elixirs. He's not even here tonight. I love him so much. I think it's time to add. I think it is time to add. Pay attention to your cat, bro. Lewis. 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 Come here. Come here. Come here. Daddy just fed him dinner, bro. I just fed him dinner. He is so well fed and happy, bro. We're putting a filter on it. That's it. He's gone. Did you feed him this week? I fed him less than like 10 minutes ago. He got fed. When I get up to go grab water at 8 p.m. or around 8 p.m. because we were in game before that slightly, he just got fed. He's a good boy. He's just needy. He's just a big baby. He realizes this always happens. Both force fed him. He's saying he's about to explode. No. Oh my God. You know who else is a good boy? Me. Anyways, I'm about to starve my new cat. Kitty cost me $3,000 in vet bills. Holy shit. Did it have like super cancer? You're a good boy, Lewis. Thank you for being quiet. I love you. How far do you think you can punt your cat across the room, Zephyr? Why? What's the point of saying something like that? He's a good boy. He's a sweet, angelic little chud. He might meow. It's a hypothetical. 60 yards. Probably not. How far could I punt that little? How much does a football weigh? How much does a football weigh? Okay, so he's heavier than a football. 35, 40 with a solid kick. You're overestimating how heavy my cat is. My cat is like 3 pounds now. I sent you Kitty on Discord. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this cute little kitty cat. I know, might explode on impact. Why? What is wrong with you people? Why are you guys like this? Did someone not love you? Being real, bro. Here's Bozo's cat. It's a stray kitty. We picked up, had a broken leg and pelvis that healed wrong, got her leg amputated. But then she got hella pooped up, of course. Constipation happens. Do you think you could kick a baby through a field goal from any range? No. Can we make it one of the Olympic sports? Also no. Then she had to get her booty fingered for hours by a vet. So you guys don't know this, but kittens cannot go to the bathroom themselves when they're neonatal. I found Lewis at 2 weeks old. So for several weeks, the only way for Lewis to go to the bathroom was taking your fingers and, getting in there. And that was the only way he would go to the bathroom. Because that's the only way they can. Usually the mother kitten licks the area. And that's how they go to the bathroom. So I had to do that. Story time with Zephyr. E-District is underway here finally. We had a couple of teams miss out and had to restart quite a few times, but there you go. Guys, I think you're overestimating A football, guys, a football is about a pound, if that. It's about a pound. And it is aerodynamic. Kittens, babies, other things, dogs, they are heavier than a pound. The majority are very much heavier than a pound. I was born as a 16-pound baby. Some would say ounces. I would say, fuck you. I never lie. That being said, you do not understand how heavy an extra pound is to kicking. Even 2 pounds, kicking 2 pounds versus 1 pound will drastically change how far. Zephyr, I am low-key good when the wheel is not in play. All right, Shag. We're going to the Shag. We're going to the Shag point of view. Where is he? Where is the Chud? There he is. Let's see. All right. Loots the mini bag. Gets the energy. Into the pill. Gets the stock for the Eva. Switches to the 301. 301 crutch user. Crutch 301 user confirmed. Kind of misses. He's missing the entry point to the building. Switches to the R99. There we go. Little bit better. What is this? 301.99. Now we're sitting on same ammo type. What are we doing? I'd love to know how many syringes he has as an inventory, because I think he just went over the standard limit of syringes. Into the corner. He's missing it. R400. He keeps chucking, he keeps chucking energy ammo randomly. Let's see. Loot. Let's see. Does he pick up the 1x2? He did. He's a chud. There's literally no reason to have that 1x2 when a 1x HCOG is sitting right there for the 99. Switches to the bow check. I appreciate that one a little bit better. There you go. There you go, you big fat chud. There's the 1-2. Couple of nades. Still no clue what a chud is. It is a lazy, decrepit, sad sack of shit. We'll check back in later to critique every little thing Shag does. The Dankaroos will be eliminated first place, which means we have more time to check out how Shag plays the game. Ammo, cells, thermite. There's that ping for the blue mag. He's probably going to go for it because he misses all his shots. No surprise there. Yeah. Oh! Misses the climb up. Oh my god. Missed the substandard climb up. Not Koryu is currently fighting. MST will get the wipe down here. I mean, they're going to regroup and start their rotate. Let's take a look at Diversity because they're down to 2. Missouri S&T already found the wipe of 1. Bro, don't smoke me, bro. Deep in the back foot there. Unable to find a single shot necessary. One more would do it, and instead it's truthfully knocked down. MST for the full send deep into the corner there. Johners, I would just commit to it with the Eva. There we go. Pump and a half, and I would drop down below. Down to the low ground here. Out he will chase point blank range, and for Diversity, they'll mark our second team eliminated. CU Boulder coming in just as quickly here to look for their own assault. Missouri S&T for the full health on to Johners. Is Rectemporium, meanwhile, the kill feed's getting a knockdown. CU Boulder, this is their opportunity. Instead, we're missing out on the exchange. A little kidnap play around means that, I mean, we honestly don't know where we're going. Still, though, Digi makes up for it where it counts with a beautiful, beautiful hyper quick re-knock there. Ben Swallow will be the last one remaining for the run and recovery. Let's take a look at the CSU Rams. They got the Unks. Boom in the blank, trying to survive for now. Up to heights as a whole. Will run straight into the Sheila. Still gets the knockdown on the 47, but is unable to play it. That'll be it. Rectemporium and them. A little bit of a Cool Cat Charlie from CU Academy, UNCC, and yes, KSU here. Playing for their life. Yeah, a couple of deep shots. Nice job from Kanji. Okay, Lewis got off my PC. Lewis jumped up on top of my PC, and if he walks around there, eventually he will press the power button, which is bad. Let's take a look at Shag. Quick check-in with the elite player Shag here, who said he is better right now than he's ever been. Okay, there is his battery. He's going to go for the Evo. Let's see how he gets there. Quick jump and a leap. Not exactly the fastest. Instead, he's just casually walking it. 425. Okay, we're going to hit the balloon. Southeast is nearby here. Where are we going, Shag? Out to the western balloon. All the way on the side. We're playing a really long edge game from Shag here. Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. ISU Red with crack of their own could lead to the start of this fight out on the southeastern side of zone. Tamu White v. Iowa. This is ISU Red, the Academy team, versus Tamu White, the Academy team. And it looks like officially Arc is no longer playing. Oh my god, Shag got knocked. Oh, we missed it. We fucking missed it. Shag got knocked. I'm such a fucking failure. God damn it. After that entire joke setup, we missed Shag getting knocked. God damn it. Alright. T-Dobbs and crew from ACU just barely getting that reset set up as Silly Gooses will play for recovery. Down south in the Middle East, a lab hotter. You would thought it was the Philippine. I don't remember. You guys know. It's MF Doom. Okay. ACU should be fine for now. Quick reset as most of the teams start getting set up out here towards the edge. Meanwhile, ISU Red might be able to choke out Tamu. What are we doing? We've evac'd Jake and Solaris Lunaris already down for one. Cole Fireball, the only last remaining member for Texas A&M White, will have to play for recovery elsewhere for the time being. Don't know if there is a crafter. Could play Energy Bank. We'll see. UT White v UHE v Abilene Christian University. Alpha City on down by UHE from the likes of UT as ACU's got the walls up. Point blank, ready to go. Couple of nades down, but nothing for the full send here. Meanwhile, UT White put for recovery out towards the western side. Should be good for now. Let's take a look at KSU because they've got what looks to be an apparent full send there. In the end, Tamu White will get full sent on by CSU. Vortec for a full thirst on to Psycho. Meanwhile, the rest of UNC are taking their time. Shag and them will be back into play here as we'll talk about MST getting a knock behind the likes of Swirls again here. Minion fan down leaves just Mega pulling for a recovery. Could see the full push from Missouri S&T and instead, likely not going to happen. Let's take a look at ISU Red. They held out Tamu. Now can they do the same against the CSU Rams here? They're not exactly positioning for it. Meanwhile, from up on high, Asian Hulk Pro with just a tickle of the triple take. Oh yeah, this scrim is going well because it's giving away coins. Let's take a look at KSU Gold. Up from down below. J-Dog with Uno. Enlightened and the rest still looking for access into play. Here we go, Rectentorium from behind, but remember, you've got the Rampart that is Sublime. Even still, a singular frog will be domed, and it's left up Shag to find them a new home. Lo and behold, we'll take a look at Shag. He just missed the jump. Let's see if he gets this one. Nope, he's a chud. He does not realize how to climb to height. What a loser. What a loser. What a complete fucking loser. No love for the Shagonomics. We'll see how he does. Couple of other teams, CSU Rams, have opted to take themselves next to NMSU. ISU Red still could hold this out from the northern side as CSU is starting to cater towards this choke. NMSU's got to look for their own entry in here. An EMP from L Jukebox could start this out, but remember, those Rampart walls are going to make any kind of cross very difficult here. Still, they got Rampart walls of their own. They could always look for this. ACU fighting for their own competitive spaces. RIT from the bridge will find not a crack, but at least damage down. Not Rowan pumped from behind. And that's a man that makes a silent fart from this point forward. UHE with their own chunk of damage from up above, and that's going to be the full send from Kai to the low ground, up through the stairs towards the truck line, and this should be what does them in. Couple of perfectly timed nades for the double crack down. Cole with the bow check. Kai still looking for the full send around the back, and it's going to be a light recovery here from RIT on the very edge of bridge. Kai and them have lost the exchange. Meanwhile, Shun and UT White pushing for UHE, now sharing the same building here. Let's take a look at the Silly Gooses, because they are down to a 1v1 scenario. Swirls versus Mojo. A peek around the knockdown shield. Swirls misses it, instead hit by the incendiary grenade. Mojo taking an H-Cog for the time being. A drop onto the door goes wide as a teleport play will still find their way to the inside. The battery means nothing, and instead Missouri S&T is caught with their pants down at the hands of CU Boulder. Digi always extending for these successful takes. Let's watch Shag die. Shag is bad. Shag is bad. All right. CSU Rams understand they have to finish off this fight before they rotate in here. Little full send from Catalina up to height against NMSU. We'll say goodbye to Swirls as that rat from the Silly Gooses. Watch KSU could come in third party. The nade spam. Catalina doesn't quite get to it. Both nades hit from L Jukebox, and now NMSU Crimson are in the driver's seat. There's the sustained reset there from the Newcastle, and Pajamas full thirsted from the other side. Still, though, it's a trade from both angles. Meanwhile, 47, a 1v1. You have to wonder, where's Wrecked Emporium? Where's the KSU Gold Squad? Nonetheless, always present, ever in a place of control. A third-party situation leads me to believe your end is nigh. Through and from the window, a slide from Wrecked, a shot from up above. That's it for the CSU Rams, as more importantly, we've got UNCC holding out from the same position the CSU Rams was. Sad to say, the CSU Rams went down first in that entire exchange. NMSU survives it, KSU survives it, and now El Jukebox, well, I'm be honest, El Jukebox does not survive it. El Jukebox will be dead here. We'll take a look at things as they go. Of course, the likes of ACU and ISU could hold things out. I like KSU's rotation around the back. El Jukebox will be alive, and man, even Frost could get a reset here, but as the time ticks down, El Jukebox is going to commit for life. Let's take a look at CU Academy, because they've got themselves a tussle against the muscle. That is ACU. A beautiful break from Micah Ichku on the other side of the equation against the EMP. Faster still a second away before it counts, as ACU will share the space. That will allow the likes of the Unks to walk this in. KSU here, final moments down. El Jukebox with nowhere to go. A profound moment, and they've smelled him out. NMSU Crimson eliminated as we finally breach into our top 10 situation. Let's take a look at CU Boulder, because they've got a line drive here. Nemesis in the hands of Peanut Butter is okay. Let's not watch Peanut Butter is okay. He cannot hit a shot for his life. Instead, Digi is the GOAT of this roster. One last remaining person to slide on down. And I have spoken too soon. 22 damage, you look more like a buffoon. UNCC, ACU's trying to get around the likes of CU Academy. Meanwhile, Digi and crew, couple of shots from up above. Here comes the full send from Digi. I'll tell you what, his close range looks a hell of a lot better here. Peanut Butter's okay, also peeking around the back as the rampart walls do finally come up. Trying to play around the other side. Be nice to Digi's team. We all have bad days. Truthfully, I've given them just as much credit as much as I pointed out their failures. End of the day, you are a success and you are a loser at all of the same time when it comes to my casting. All you need to do is prove it every second of the way. In the end, Colorado Mines, though, still drop down. Digi with that knock on the R99. You know he always commits to the full close engagement here. Yeah, there we go. I mean, at this point, you're playing Ring Around the Rosie without actually shooting back. Point blank, 66, and the triple take looks more like a shotgun from this range. Right around the back there, and one final shot as it's all Digi all day long. Not Koryu, thank you for the 30-day streak. Most teams are in zone. The only one that has yet to get there is the like of CU Boulder. Look at those Digi shots. That's my GOAT. I didn't say Digi's bad. I said sometimes they fuck up. And to be honest with you, Andrew and Peanut Butter's okay really don't hold the candle to Digi. All right, KSU out towards the east. ISU red, building for building. UNCC all the way up top. We got the likes of CU Academy and ACU Esports, who've just lost out on Micah. RIT up above, and now CU Boulder rotating for the UHE UT building. They are still not in zone yet. They could get held out here up on height. Not Rowan and crew understand exactly where you are. 55, little fadeaway Shaboogaloo on the 44. They're getting shot out from up above, and if I'm the likes of UHE, I'd start investing my attacks down below. RIT finally extends the exchange of, oh, a little bit of the EMP. They force the likes of them down below. Still, that nade and crew not gonna hit. Shot in the back for RIT. Not Rowan's trying to extend this down below. For the likes of CU Boulder, they are down on a cusp of playable space here. RIT's going to let them exchange, and this should allow CU Boulder to get up to this height here in a second. EMP available from Andrew here for the full send. Little do they know, though, this is a difficult push, whether you like it or not. Full send forward here. Andrew with the first beam found. Peanut Butter, OK, and Digi for the re-knock. And the likes of UT White are obliterated. But the problem is, you got to understand, that's a guaranteed third-party situation there. CU Boulder, I wonder if they knew that. I wonder if they knew UHE was there. They have the drone, so they've got to know. They got to know the full send is death. They could have played underneath. Just walk this underneath and you're good. All right, anyways. Alexini, Genie, the ACU roster have been able to get themselves back with Micah here. They are currently hosting a position in zone, but Ivy Burns might be able to split the difference on the Abilene Christian team. KSU and them down below will give themselves space to play in zone. Meanwhile, ISU, another team not quite in it yet. There is a couple of buildings here, but realistically, yeah, UNCC, Coco, they are in the definitive god spot for this end game. They just have to hold on for dear life. 43 seconds. Let's take a look and see how it goes for these rosters here. We'll see how it goes. RIT down to the low ground. Couple of exchanges. ACU v UHE up above. They're going to share the exact same building, but neither are in place here. Meanwhile, CU Academy and the rest of these rosters able to find, well, I mean, let's look at Psycho and crew because they've got a definitive god spot, and more importantly, angles above just about everybody else. Good knocks from ACU here. CU Academy is going to get a little bit of a recovery, but realistically, UHE with a wrap around the back here could spell the end of a couple of these teams. It's a beautiful incendiary nade from Gabe. Asian Hawk Bro will be brought down as we continue to tick away here on the low ground. You'd have to pray you had one more nade here. Instead, Gabe is going to extend for the full send around the back. Instead, the UNCC roster takes a brunt of damage and a half here. And for ISU Red, they do a great job knocking both members at the support of KSU Gold. And Lighten coming in there, doing a job and a half. UNCC will lose out on Golfy. As a result, now UHE, the only full 3-force up from the north here. Let's take a look at how that Sheila rips and tears against the ACU roster. Micah knocked down, and the full send around the back from the likes of UHE could spell what could be the end of this game for everyone else. Lighten with a knock on to Gabe. Cole's brought back. Somehow doesn't go down there. It is just Psycho left alive up above. They're going to play for another recovery here as we'll turn our attentions again to ACU down below. UHE up above. ISU recovery in the building below. KSU just got their recovery onto Kanji alive. Meanwhile, RIT with their attention to provide. KSU right on this bridge. You could go for it any given moment here. Couple of shots around the back. RIT knows they've got a team right alongside them. UHE have opted to play the low ground in their stead to give them more time. But from this high ground position, oh, commit for it, you little chud. Commit for it, you chud and a half. RIT still will hold this height for an extended period in this game. Meanwhile, ISU Red sharing space with KSU Gold. Both of them have to make a move here eventually. At some point, UH could play for this zip line up to height or just slow walk this out. They will dip around the other side, and that means you are officially now in ISU Red territory from up above. Let's take a look at RIT, because realistically, they are the team to watch here. KSU's going to get a nice second place over all this, but that EMP combined with the damage you find fit, your job's done. You just won the game. Clean up, clean up. Now it's time to clean up. RIT. Great job from RIT. One of my old adages about these end games is whoever plays the bridge wins the zone. RIT held on to it till the very end there, and to the surprise of at least not Zephyr, they won the game. That height transition from that bridge on either a northern finish or a southern finish is so disgustingly important. The only time it doesn't matter is if it pulls out east, like we saw in the Utah State game at Lamb. That is the only time. But even then, the bridge was critical in that exchange. And Utah State won from below, but they should not have. The bridge should have won that. All right. Let's take a look at those standings. I asked y'all over under here on the point score line. As we take a look at our player standings coming out of game 3 for the day, it was a 2,300 damaged game for Wrecked Emporium. Only 3 people took the under. Let's clown on these motherfuckers. Midzi, Not Koryu, Ethereal Coriolis, and Soares just lost a combined 14,000 points. Kazi GT, or Kazi, whatever. Dr. Suz and Project Gerbil are taking the entirety of this under. Congratulations. It is a gigantic points. 9 times out of 10, we rarely see that 3K unless you have a definitive lead, and especially on E-District. Holy go. Can't wait to gamble in Vegas. Oh, God. Easy hate watching. That's how it goes. All right. Current overall standings off of that game. We just saw ISU Red jump 6 places with RIT there with their dub into 3rd now. Diversity still are in the lead. CU Boulder 32. And Hawaii just dropping 2 as well here. There's Frog and Friends knocked down early because Shag is bad. And CSU Rams to round at your top 7. Of course, there's still time to go as we reintroduce the likes of E-District. Let's get a prediction in. Does Frog and Friends make it back into the top 5? Yes, no. You guys got 5 minutes to put your bets in. Does Frog and Friends make it back into the top 5? They're currently 6 behind by 3 points. They need 4 to ascend here. All right. Get your bets in. 5 minutes to go. My gosh. I'm a little nasally. Hopefully we'll get the server going soon so we can get these scrimmies done. That being said, Zephyr's going to take a picture. I think I'm doing the wheel spin giveaway. So yeah, let's take a look. I might I think Faster has allowed me to do the wheel spin. Bozo! 8K points. You're not quite at 3%, but some would say you're closer to the likes of 2%. Still, nonetheless, you're making that tournament oh so quickly. This one's probably going to be a random royale. We refresh the teams every single time. And Johnny, my lover from Spain, thank you so much. From 2% down to 1.5. Actually, I think that's 2% exactly. Whatever. We're figuring it out. Thank you so much. Mi amore. Mi amore. Are you saying I can be on the same time as Voff? Huh? What does that mean? Having a stroke? Let me, I'm going to start writing out all these names. While we still have time, I'm just going to go through. Because I guess I'll be doing the poll for the points here at the end. See, if I was a creator, I would do that all the time. Shag, J-Dog, Singular Frog, Asian, Hulk Bro, Soares. Yeah, match has ended because of the lobby restart, so I have time to do this. Psycho, Golfy. Coco. Anguish, 14. Add me on Feet Finder. This is too dank. Wrecked Emporium. Enlightened. Kanji. Please join CSU's Apex team. X47. Catalina. Bro, don't smoke me, bro. Not core you. Truthfully. Derp Dude 845. Talon. Asterix. Guys, I'm almost done writing all these names out for the giveaway at the end of stream. Galactic Executor. This is crazy. I'm actually going to get all these done before the end here. I'm on the last team. Look at this. Bam. I just wrote all 60 entries. I'm so goat. All right. Silly Goose is putting up a general, Zephyr toes were crazy. What if you put every single dollar you've received from subs and such, several thousands of dollars from subs, that, by the way, is going to my IRL tournament completely. I'll need every cent, by the way, I will need every cent of that money to successfully run the IRL tournament, to fly people out and shit. But yeah, let's take all of that money and just put it on red. I will buy those photos. Them Zeph toes were crazy. I wore socks the entire time. Like, the entire time. But think of what you could do when you win 36x by betting on 0-0. You're not wrong. But also think of the $0. Even when you slept. Brother, it was cold there. Of course, even when I slept. Are you kidding me? It was really cold. Alright, let's join in with Shag and bully him for the time being. Zephyr, can I get first class tickets? Brother, you're flying Spirit Airlines if you come. There is no $0. You are going to win. It was not cold. Not Koryu was burning the fuck up in the hotel. Little do we know. Guys, what can we bully Shag for? Gotta be something. Alternator instead of the RE45. Preference. Being tall. Fair. Wrong scene? True. That's also right. Bro, my favorite thing about flying first class Spirit is that it's not a first class. It's just 2 extra inches of space and regular seating on a normal plane. So you could pay a stupid amount of money to have normal seating. Eyes you red up above here. Oh. Oh. Oh! Obliterated, decimated, obliterated, decimated. You are gone, Denkaroos. Alright, there was a terrible rhyme, but you know what? In the end, it still leads with the Denkaroos being one of our first eliminated teams here. That'll be ISU Red with the W-dub. It was kind of insane, too. There was just like... just such good shots. Most teams going to be finding their way towards Blossom. Typically, when it goes this deep, sometimes we get that really nice pull into the Blossom area where you get all these buildings in play. That can usually leave a lot of teams, and even at that, you should still have a lot of teams able to set up a Neon Square. If you don't, that means we're fighting too much on edge. So we'll see how it goes. We'll take a look at the very edge zone here. CU Academy potentially walking right into UNC. Golfy does have this scan. Oh, drone for drone. UNC might have just realized they themselves also have a team here. There's the enemy scan for CU, and not to mention the fact that they also see Southeastern not too far away. Let's take a look at Diversity, because right now they're losing the exchange against MST. Not Koryu will be found out, and for Bozo, a single member remaining will mean that Diversity is our first team eliminated between MST and KSU there, outside of, you know, the Dunkaroos. Southeastern around the back. Couple of shots sniped away here as Vortex, one of the better players from this roster, will be able to dodge out a little bit. Instead, shield crack from UNCC. Come on. Couple shots there. Let's jump on over to MST, because it looks like for the likes of KSU, they might be spelling the end of the MST roster. Rectemporium around the back, point blank on the triple take shots. Trying to channel that one forward into the corner here. Will instead miss, and now in a 1v1, able to find a couple of nades down. Has to snuff this one out. It's a beautiful utilization of the nades to get KSU running and gunning there. Still, it was a very close fight at that. Let's jump all the way over to NMSU Crimson. They've got the first knockdown on to 47. There is the Newcastle reset res here. Couple quick reloads, and they've already pre-planned for the quick re-knockdown. Newcastle around the back there. Flesh to be found. One final member down. Trade for trade around the knockdown shield here. Crack is found for Frost. Pajama able to give him the shields necessary to heal this one up. In the end, Pajama needs to recover and get involved, but the problem is it's too late. Divisible Ruby, Blank, Jax, the Unks roster have slipped, made the difference, and come in through for the cleanup. That'll be down for 2, 14 squads remaining. And what do you expect? You play so long on the edge of zone, and you basically end it yourself. CU Academy trying to fight for their space. Frog and friends, we asked if they're going to make it to the top 5. We'll see at that. UT White still playing the bridge, has got at least a little bit of a locale against Frog and Friends. Meanwhile, CU Academy barely getting out of dodge there. Faster, our friend of the family, a little bit worse for wear. Meanwhile, Frog and Friends gonna rotate around the corner here, see if they can hold them out. We got a lot of teams already playing the zone here. Watch out for CU Boulder. Digi loves to full send it in case you can get sent upon here. Frog and Friends won't be able to find the likes of CU Academy directly, so instead they will prioritize this zone. But in the end, still time on the clock. Tamu White, Silly Gooses, and yes, NMS, or the Unks roster, all the way on the edges of the eastern side of zone here. A lot of time to go here for both of these teams. We got University of Houston up top. Point blank. Let's see how it goes. Meanwhile, KSU Gold up above CU Boulder. They've gotten themselves a port play that should get them into the building here. That doesn't mean that KSU is going to be a slope. Africa Salmon! That's my goat. My suited legend. Thank you so much for the love. 14,000 points is seriously no joke. You make up well over 3-4% of the entire point total right now. I wish Twitch let me keep track of it, because it would be so fun to reward the viewers who gave the most points. Meanwhile, UHE, they hear the embers that is KSU, and they're quick on their feet to follow up here. Point blank with a couple shots up above. That's University of Hawaii. I know it's University of Hawaii. I say it wrong sometimes. You can't blame me, Johnny. I know this is Hawaii, but UHE, I get a little bit confused sometimes, you know? I know Kai, Gerald, and Cole are the Hawaiian team. I'm just silly. Much love. Hope you're doing good. Thank you, Birdie. I am. I hope you're doing really well as well. It's good to see you. By the way, you guys can mention me whenever you want in chat. I love how it highlights my name and I get to see your message immediately. It's so sweet. You silly goose. No. I'm not a silly goose. Swirls Mega and Minion Fan are silly gooses. I should totally restrict my ability to speak for the rest of time. Singular Frog. The Friends roster here, holding out for dear life. A couple of shots from UT White, punishing what could be some of the last remaining members of KSU, who are now separate on either side. Thank you, Johnny. Meanwhile, CU Academy rotating around the back here. You can hear the port play. Singular Frog and crew are looking for this. There's the walls already set off to hold them, but Faster's giving them the portal they need to get into zone. It's a beautiful exchange at that. Let's take a look at Digi. Time in, time out. That has been the go button. Will Digi take it? On the Wraith, this could be all they need to send it onto ACU, but they do have a god spot in zone. Let's take a look at Enlighten. He's going to go for this craft here in a second. Oh, point blank on the craft. Don't know if he's going to be able to get it on the Octane. Oh, sniped by Divisible Ruby. That'll be it for Enlighten. It leaves just Kanji to play this out down below the bridge. We'll see if Gold can keep this one running and gunning. All good. I'm just trying to learn some more zones as I'm looking to compete again. Hell yeah, Birdie. What college do you compete for, by the way? If you're going to compete, or if you don't compete in college, who are you looking to play with? Also, I'm sorry if that's like a dumb question. I ask dumb questions a lot. UT, somewhere, somehow, are dying. I don't know where it is, but it is somewhere, somehow. Tamu White lost out on 2. UHE's a full health in. I mean, we're just basically waiting for the end of Tamu White here. Okay, that's Tamu White. Silly Gooses are down. Oh, this is why I was confused. UT is down below. LFTM open them to self. That's fine. I'm sorry, Birdie. You ain't no unk. I'm unk. I'm the unkest unk around. Don't worry about it. But hey, I wish you the best of luck. Open is usually one of the hardest competitions of the year for any qualifying team, because it does have that slight pro league mix. Shout out to KSU Gold, able to at least get Rect Emporium back into it. This could be the full send. Meanwhile, for Digi and crew, we've been wondering, waiting, and watching when this full iteration was going to come. Digi has got the portal available here for the rest of the CU Boulder squad if they want to go for this. There's the EMP. Full send up to height. Digi, the first one to find the cracks necessary. Meanwhile, UT White dying in the low ground. Another major crack here. You have to wonder, where is the rest of CU Boulder? Because there is so much damage down. Finally, Peanut Butter's OK arrives. The rest of Andrew and crew. ACU. That's no snuff to the blue. That might be down and out for them. A little run to the outside here. And Digi's going to try to sniff this one out. You can hear the escape to underneath bridge. And yeah, T-Dobbs is running into the City Hall area. They're not going to overextend, especially now that they have to reacquaint themselves to the new zone ahead here. T-Dobbs actually might literally be able to get this craft off, but you have to wonder if Derp Dude or any one of the Colorado Mines rosters sees the exchange here. Yep, there's T-Dobbs caught out. Oh! Talon for the drop, finds the final rat of Abilene Christian University. Let's take a look at CU Academy. They've been gate-kept all zone. The Unks, all the way from the edge of the east, will find them pinned with nowhere to go. think LCQ is tough, though. LCQ is arguably the toughest, like I said, because 18 teams, or 22 teams get the invite to Pro League. The other 8 teams per region have to compete for it. That means pro-level teams, teams that were already in Pro League, are guaranteed to be competing in LCQ, and it is pretty much unforgivable. You have to make every finals lobby, or close to at least 3 of them, to be even considered for the final competition, and that can be so rough. Southeastern will take themselves to the outskirts here. I really like UNCC's position, but remember, last time they had Godspot in our other game of E-District, they lost it so early here. Alpha Citizen could be trying to rotate towards the east to get the rest of the UT White roster back into play, but instead, we got a couple of scans that have given way towards Frog and Friends, maybe finding that last remaining member here. We'll have to take a look and see how it falls. Little APAC, Digi and them try to play off the evac tower, and instead it is going to be a full wipe knock there. Peanut Butter's okay will go down in the meanwhile. We'll see how it goes. They're still not in it, but they do have this building they can play into. Digi already understands that they're safe. We'll take a look at the Colorado Mines, because UHE has already got them pinned here up above. A full dump in the mobile shield doesn't even matter, as Talon basically jumps right behind it. One final remaining individual, as one zip line will carry you to nowhere, to the promised land of the white cloudy heaven that be. We'll take a look at the Frog and Friends roster, because they've got this one pretty much perfectly. Shag's going to try to look for this, but Shag will be shot in the back by a rotate from the Unks team. Shag does not have a way back up the height here, so as a result, Blank of them are going to be able to find him. Point here. Flesh found around the back. Shag will commit for the other side, and you have to wonder, Alpha Citizen is the complete complex of this entire exchange. Meanwhile, Silly Goose is hearing the shots here to third party. Point Blank gets the break on the shield. That'll be it. They set up a rampart wall. Sadly, turned towards themselves. That's what comes back to bite them here. UT White will go down, but it may come at the cost of the entire Frog and Friends roster. Meanwhile, here's Wrecked Emporium and KSU Gold playing for the same third-party situation here now, as the entire lobby is basically collapsing. Swirls and Mega able to get back up to bridge, but that doesn't mean they're not still considered for a chokeout here. Wrecked and them will scoot across the low ground. Everybody, though, needs to get to the other side of zone. We'll take a look at Disable, Ruby, and crew, because they've got a holdout where it counts. Meanwhile, Digi, never a slouch to get aggressive here. Point Blank with the portal play. Rampart wall for the extra damage on the P2020, but now shot by 2. A full commit to the low ground. Down behind, a drop on the Mega. That leaves just Swirls to the low ground here. And already you've got Blank and the rest of the Unks roster chasing you out here. Digi and them could potentially look for this in a second if they want. But I think for Swirls, your job is done. That'll be it. Digi and crew might be forced, yes, to drop down onto the low ground for bridge. Point Blank 66. Choked out here. CU Boulder's now stuck between 2. Digi's going to try for the shield battery for where they can. Meanwhile, Peanut Butter's okay laying in, but instead, it's the zone that comes to cater. It's not much better for Kanji and Wrecked Emporium. They are forced in, but are immediately walking right into the face that is the Unks. And at this point, you're just going to tick and die to zone. Congratulations, by the way. A beautiful holdout from the Unks here. We're down to our top 4 remaining. Southeastern on the low ground. UHE trying to push into the likes of UNCC. Unks around the back, and yes, UNCC, who still hosts the God spot as long as they can control this height here. Trying to play for space. Hawaii is looking for every possible ounce of effort. Little bow check crack on the rampart walls, and that really is a difference maker. Couple of teams. UNCC still holding on for dear wrath. I like this from Blank, though. Able to get the rotate around the back. Trying to look for UHE on the other side. It's a little bit of damage from Jax. If I offer subs, can you tell people to not Dunkaroos? Dankaroos, I want to see them get a point. Gerbil, I'd be happy to take your money every step of the way, but I genuinely don't think I can tell them not to int them. Like, I'm pretty sure, I know I'm Zephyr, but I'd be shocked. I just don't think they would listen to me on that one. I hate to say it. Like, I really do. I can tell them. How about this? Don't spend your money. Don't spend your money at all, gerbil. I will tell people to not int them, and if they get a point, they get a point. If they can't get a point, don't worry about it, okay? There we go. Hawaii up on height will give themselves a position into zone. Meanwhile, down below, the Unks versus Southeastern. Woo, barely footing for space. Blank is starting to look around the back here. We'll see how it goes. Unks need to do everything and more to get this wipe onto Southeastern and be the sole remaining team down below. They're going to continue to cater ever so closer up to height here. Meanwhile, we have this disgusting spread on that high ground between UNCC and the likes of Hawaii. That pressures the Unks to be in a really tough spot. The pull, though, is like right on top of Southeastern. They apparently got locked, so if they don't get a point, he's washed. So real. In the end, a full commit from UNCC. We missed it while I'm reading chat. My apologies. Golfy, Psycho. They will get the full knockdown. That's a push, though, that will allow them to go for recovery here. Big rampart walls don't mean much. Meanwhile, a dive from the likes of Blank. Full send for a double dock. And you have to wonder if we've seen the recovery from up on high here. Big flesh found. And if you're Unks, you got to slow this down against UNCC. Southeastern will play for their safety for the time being. And now we start to discuss UNCC. Here's the thing. Unks could really hold this one out. Up above, Coco and Golfy will try for a little bit of control with the bow check. There's the full send onto Southeastern down below. And more importantly, here's Coco for the commit. Finally to the low ground. Finally to use the height to their advantage. They'll run immediately into the conduit alt, but find themselves separated from the true pressure here. Meanwhile, Unks, they might be able to choke UNCC out. They aren't technically on height, but Blank's once again looking for that alternative rotation that has come back to bite so many times against these rosters. Down below, you're basically priming yourself in the same position that we saw SECC. It's a trade, though, from Coco on return for Divisible Ruby, so a numbers advantage here. Unks are starting to look a bit worse for wear. Psycho's a drop around the back, but it's up to Blank now to 2v1. Even still, though, the high ground exchange is finally worth its weight in gold. UNCC from the God spot, get the job done, get the double-runo, and yes, walk away with their first win of the day. I asked y'all, though, I asked your prediction about frogs. Let's take a look at that scoreboard. 2 more games to go. We'll be going to World's Edge here in a second. Let's take a look. Now, of course, the likes of the Unks do work out with more points because they have 15 KP. We saw them on that choke holdout against teams like KSU, the Silly Gooses, and it really came back to bite. As a result, 15 KP puts them 24 points up. UNCC there, my God. I got you, Daddy. Coco, congratulations. I was worried about it, especially after last game where you guys were so close. You held God spot, but you kind of lost out. Versus this game, you get into the definitive winning position and you actually deliver a dub. It's not a lot of KP. I will give credit where it's due to these other teams for their KP. But you know what? Playing from a place of success is always very, very good here. UHE with 15 there, KSU Gold with 12, Silly Gooses with 9, and respectively, it's big KP for Hawaii, KSU, and Silly Gooses. Everyone else doesn't really work out the same way. The only real big wipes was ISU Red, CU Boulder, and NMSU on the edges. We'll take a look at the overall scoreboard because I asked y'all, will Frog and Friends get back into the top 5? Most of you said yes. Congratulations to the under. I say most of you, but only one person lost their money. Bozo just lost 5,000 points here. Meanwhile, Kayak, Project Gerbil, Soares, Kindly Monkey, Meadsy, not Koryu. Honestly, not a lot of faith on J-Dog, Shag, and a singular Frog. End of it all, though, you guys are walking away with the lump sum here from Bozo. Talk about a donation. Shag did a thing called overheating. I'm sorry, I listened to my IGL. It's tough. Micah is cool. Will become a household name. Micah, is it Micah is cool? Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Micah is, whatever. Team Diversity is angry, guys. Team Diversity did just get usurped for the very first time today. University of Hawaii just overtook them, jumped up 4 placements from that 15-point game. And there you go, in third place, the Unks making a huge recovery there, 24 points, now in third overall. Our winners of the game, UNCC, jump into the top 6. We're angry Nerm AG. Either way, but it is cool. Cool? Micah is cool. All right, Micah is cool. It'll become a household name, but first you got to prove that Abilene Christian University can at least survive in the top 10. You guys are 20 points right now. And we've had a 1-point game, a 3-point game, and a 10 and a 6. So, that being said, let's place our bets. Let's place our bets not just on ACU Esports. Let's place our bets on Micah. Micah has gotten 2 kills in a game, 4 kills in a game, 1 kill in a game, and 0. So, we're going to make this a soft line. Over under 2.5 KP. Micah is cool. Over under. Can Abilene Christian University's Micah turn it around here? You guys got 5 minutes to put it in. Over. Put your money where your mouth is there. Get your points in. T-Dobbs playing bad according to Jay. You know what? We can't. Excuses. Everything on over. Ugh. Under is free. You know, we'll see how it may be. Either way, it could be a big jump. Oh, cool. Oh, that's so cute. Pavizzi, thank you so much for the points. Let's take a look at World's Edge here while we wait. Johnny? Yeah, you can be toxic towards Johnny. There's 4 minutes on the board, and the majority have put it on the over. Guys, Micah is cool. Micah is cool. Cool? Micah is cool. Sorry. The under right now only has 850 points. I'm not saying it's free, but it is something to consider. Put your bets in. You still got 4 minutes. Let's jump into game. Our final 2 games of the day. It's a minor discussion, but Diversity's in a race with Hawaii right now, so we'll see how that ends. The same with the Unks. Not UNCC. The Unks. Hello, big man. Hey there. Good to see you. Always my favorite to see, it's always one of my favorites to see, my second place clip leader right now. You know, my GOAT, FPS Aether. And, multi-time subber, FPS Aether. Thank you so much. You should look at Apex chat, like, in-game, like when we're in lobby. Yeah, I don't know. Abilene Christian University will be starting here, out towards the edge. Micah, where all your points? I was first, but someone stole it. Yeah, you know what? You're just gonna have to clip better clips, guys. That's all that matters. In game right now. Well, there's no chats in game. Oh. Zephyr said I am his true lover. God damn it. Alright. We are going to see what could be the start of a fight here. Meanwhile, Cole losing out on Shag in the back foot. Alexini Genie brought low. T-Dobbs not much better themselves. Colorado Mines are here for the fight. But remember, we're watching for Micah all day long. Quick health recovery for Genie and T-Dobbs, and they still could look for this. Boom! I don't even know who Boom is. I assume it's an esports team that's going to be competing in the open. But we'll see how it goes. Your regularly scheduled Dankaroos programming leads to them being wiped out the very, very first time. I assume add me on Feet Finder is, of course, Lock Sanity. Meanwhile, Derp Dude. That'll be another knock. Micah with 1. You have to wonder here. It's up to Micah to get this KP. Point blank. 75 around the back. No knockdown. It's up to T-Dobbs to save the day. That's 1 less KP for Micah here. Even still, the runaway from Asterix is absolutely critical. And it's not much of a runaway. T-Dobbs and them around the back. And you have to wonder if they'll find that extra piece of KP. Meanwhile, Silly Goose is getting chased out. That'll be Mega down below. Finally found. But instead, they've lost Micah in the chaos. Or Mega in the chaos. Right around the back, Mega will go down. You have to wonder if Divisible Ruby and the rest of the Unks roster will full send for the finish. They've lost the entire team. Little do they know they reside just above them. Meanwhile, CU Boulder, better fan of their aggression. Sometimes it comes back to bite them. A trade for a trade, almost. Andrew is on the heel. Peanut Butter's okay, stepping into plays. Digi will get that knock on to Orange ZT. That'll leave just 1 remaining for the likes of the UT White roster. From behind the knockdown, from behind the corner, UT White will mark as the 2nd place team to be wiped out. We got a couple of teams playing for the Harvester region. You have to wonder if we'll see things explode here sometime soon. Same can be said a little bit for Frog and Friends. Diversity, someone said they're angry. Here we go. Jay's crashed out already and we aren't even at land. Yeah, it happens. J-Dog with a re-knock on to knock Koryu from ISU here. Shag and Friends, or Frog and Friends, finally starting to look like they've got a little bit of an implication on this lobby, but instead, might be seeing them go for a full separation. Looks like, by the way, UHE, our lobby leaders here. Long drive shots from Cole. CU Academy has already lost out on Disco Daddy, and for Faster and Cool Chat Carly, could be running this one away sometime soon. CSU's team, point blank for the Rams, a couple of full sends on the MST, and this lobby does not slow down. Quick recovery around the back, and you're thankful CSU is nowhere close to third party this. Meanwhile, let's take a look back towards none other than Micah is Koo. Gotta see if we can see some extra KP here for Micah. Everyone's predictions are either over or under on the Reliance. Remember though, ISU and CU Boulder is a tough team to walk into. 88 for Micah. Another knock for Micah. As long as he gets 1 more in a full thirst on Kayak, this is all Micah needs. A recovery around the back, though, doesn't look good, and I don't think he's going to get the full thirst on the Kayak. Nope. Digi's committing here. Frog and Friends will be eliminated by Bozo in the meanwhile, but this is more important. Micah does get the full wipe onto Kayak. We are officially down to 1 more KP from Micah to get the job done. Little shot, though, on T-Dobbs, and you could have the likes of CU Boulder get aggressive, and if they go down now, this could be all said and done. Swirls ratting at the point of the POI. Andrew starting to look for it. Plenty of teams still fighting their way in. You have to wonder, does Digi get aggressive? This is such a Digi move. Time in, time out. ISU going to be playing for recovery, probably far in the very, very edge of zone. Let's take a look at Kai and the UHE roster. They currently lead this lobby and might be in a position to capitalize on Tamu. Jake brought down with a chunk of damage there, and Kai really biding his time to keep this oh so quiet. What's up, Limbox? Good to see ya. KSU are in this lobby, by the way, Limbox. They're doing Tamu is so close here. They absolutely know someone is here now and are not getting super chaotic on this. Meanwhile, ACU Esports, Micah is dropped. Micah will go down. I don't think Micah got the KP, guys. I think the Unks full send it. 14 squads, round 1 closing. What scrim is this? We got unemployed non-collegiate players playing. Hey, Schmalls, we're here for the content. Now, Tamu White was losing out on 1 here. Meanwhile, Diversity from up above holds out UHE. I don't know if they even understand No, they're just sending Truthfully down as a solo individual. All right, well, that's toxic. Fuck you. UHE will be able to get their reset, but like we said in chat, Diversity is apparently angry. And that means they're mad. That means they're going to get rage. They're going to get right on the top of this fight, and they're going to climb this entire stone mountain to fuck over University of Hawaii and take first place back. Ugh, I'm so angry. Okay, that didn't look angry enough. See You Boulder will be wiped out by the Unks rosters. They continue to assume KP. Meanwhile, for Diversity, they're facing issues here on the rocks. Up above. Bro, don't smoke me, please. We'll see how it goes. God damn, Truthfully makes a name for himself, but it comes at the cost of his life. Meanwhile, from up above, bro, don't smoke me, please. Bozo is just going to bide his time. Sora is also apparently moving in, maybe to third party, maybe to get involved. UHE's back in full force, and at this point, you have to wonder if Bozo can get out of Dodge. We'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, Colorado Mines v. KSU. KSU Gold trying to fight their way in. I know Kanji's new Limbox, but honestly, he has not looked bad. Here we go. Full push forward here against the Mines roster. Rec does have that ultimate. They have the health advantage, and mind you, are completely solo around the edge here. Not Koryu for the full thirst. And I believe Bozo is surviving somewhere. Oh, he's outside his zone. KSU Gold chunked back. You can see the Sheila on the other side of the equation. We'll see how it goes. Asterix down. Talon and Derp Dude. I mean, this should be a KSU dub here. Couple of exchanges around the back for the full thirst. A leap up to height for Rect Emporium. A Lighten on the other side, but Kanji finds the knock. Meanwhile, one final remaining member for the Colorado Mines, and Kanji basically gets the job done completely alone. Let's take a look at UHE because they've got a single Swirls member, but more importantly, ISU and CSU Rams who could potentially enact vengeance here. Kayak on this cross. You have to wonder, will Kai get this nade knocked down? Up above, Swirls will not get hit by it. Meanwhile, UHE will take a larger rotation to the northern side to choke things out. 10 squads remaining. We got the likes of Diversity as a rat. Silly Gooses as a rat. CSU Rams playing the East Unk, or UNCC playing, not Unk, this is technically UNCC. Unks, they're actually up here. Both of them playing the western side. Southeastern Oklahoma Blue playing the western side. Of course, RIT Southern. KSU, though, a beautiful controlling spot here. Let's take a look, of course, at the likes of UHE. They didn't finish the job on Bozo, but they might be able to find it. What happened to Innocent Schmalls? Let's see how it goes. Round 2 closed, and we're still on white armor. Are we really? Who's on white armor right now? Oh my god, Southeastern Blue is actually on white armor. Wait, that's crazy. You know what? I would say credit where it's due, but there is no credit to give. Bro, don't smoke me, bro. Is gonna take it to the, at least, balloon for now. Has the beacons. Doesn't have a Moby. Deadass on white armor, bro. Please figure it out. Okay, well, Galactic Executor just got on blue armor. It's really important. And Onodera's almost there. Look at this. There we go. 78, 120 more. Come on. Nope. Nope. That's rough. KSU, by the way, a nice line drive here against ISU. Beautiful 104. Here comes Rect Emporium to ask for more. Missing out on the EMP. This could slow them back, but there's the break from it on the side of Enlightened here. ISU are able to get the full reset. Remember, those rampart walls make this difficult. Couple snipes out and away from RIT, and that's not quite an answer for KSU. They don't have to move from this height. I know they want ISU, but they have such a definitive god spot. There's the Sparrow ultimate in the zone. It's going to be completely broken out there, but it does come at the cost of Kayak's health. Quick wall for reappropriation here, and KSU are still looking to close the gap. finally wrecked Emporium point blank with the Sparrow ult. They've invested a full clip, and that's when you peak, Wreck. When they dump the full clip into the ultimate, that's when you peak. One knock around the back. Finds Kayak down. Sora's eliminated. A burn and a half. Kanji will be traded, but they have the entirety of this side of zone. Meanwhile, UNCC forced to rotate out and instead captured by the Unks on the other side. Blank to the sky. Divisible Ruby low, and it's just Jax keeping them healthy. Meanwhile, CSU Rams starting to extend around the back here. See if they get the third party on this exchange. There's the slide down from please join the CSU's Apex team. And, I mean, they should get these wipes here. Divisible Ruby down. RIT in the action. Full thirst from behind the knockdown shield as they continue to eclipse what is the very minor end for the UNCC roster. Divisible Ruby is split. Blank running for the south side. RIT playing for recovery, and they just don't have that information. Jack holding this team out will not allow the CSU Rams. Instead, Infinite Kraber in hand. We'll see what they can do. That's the full thirst on Divisible Ruby. The Unks roster will put themselves back together. Meanwhile, quick respawns for Diversity. CSU Rams have to defend this exchange against Kennesaw. And I hate to say it, Diversity are back up into full force. RIT survives. Let's take a look at our friends still on white shields. Onodera and the Southeastern Blue roster now have the lobby leaders choking them out. This is but a guaranteed source of KP here. That mobile shield's gonna tick down in a second. And I'll be honest, we're fucked. Love Limbox. I'm be honest with you, bro. Everyone loves Limbox. My goat bought me Wingstop. I honestly wish I could spend more time with Limbox so we could just go out and eat together and just like chat. Like that'd be such a fun thing to do, bro. Honestly, everyone. Schmalls, SJSU. I love the land, man. Going out to dinner with you guys is so fun. Hitting up Shake Shack with KSU. Had Whataburger tonight. Damn, you lucky. He just wants his shit paid off. I'd pay the bill, Misplays. If it meant hanging out. If it meant hanging out with my KSU, SJSU, or anyone from the land. MNSU, CSU Rams. That'd be fun. Making chicken Alfredo. I make an insane chicken Alfredo. That's what my cooking stream's gonna be, by the way. I'll show you guys my chicken Alfredo recipe. There we go. Holy shit, Ivy burns, living up to the name. If that gun was named Ivy, it would represent. Shot in the back, though, by Truthfully. In the end, for Southeastern Blue, they finally represent into zone. They're running straight into CSU. Finally, we'll see a bit of damage down, but for Vortex, it's up to him to really get his move going. Oh my gosh, Southeastern finally eliminated. Meanwhile, Diversity more than full health and now can play on that red set. This is true. We did go into it. Homemade pasta and sauce. Guys, I make a homemade fettuccine Alfredo, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it is one of the greatest things you will ever taste. I'm not kidding. It is my claim to fame of a recipe. So is mine. Kayak, I bet mine's better. Spin for giveaway after this game or nah? I already wrote all the names down faster, by the way, so we could totally do it. Cook-off? We could totally do a cook-off, bro. We absolutely can do a cook-off. Kayak, me, you. Problem is we need the judges. Guys, Kayak might get an invite to the IRL Olympics just to cook off. When I come to Texas, we're cooking off. Amen. Perfect 3 winners. Just DM me the names after. All right. Faster, though. You got to let them know the winners are being pulled on stream. All right. How many are we at? We are officially at whatever the number says up above me. If anyone subs right now, you can give them another entry. All right, anybody who subs right now, you get a double entry into the coin giveaway. If only I was in the US, I'd be happy to judge. I'd be happy to judge, bro. All right, KSU's not in zone. Let me cast the end game, guys. Here we go. Hawaii's got a distance to cover to keep their jobs. Careful. Problem is, Diversity is much better in zone. They're so much more well poised, and for UHE, they've got to continually recover here. Kai on that Newcastle, or Gerald on that Newcastle, keeping this team alive every step of the way. Johnny, thank you for the sub. I'm gonna actually put you in because you're not even playing today. Swirls, the RIT roster, stuck around the back. Meanwhile, here comes Truthfully to wreck where they count. Not Core, you take it low, but KSU Gold will be wiped out. UHE, this would be the moment to swing in, but instead, Swirls in a trade means you are struggling here. A quick recovery for the Jack rosters. UHE are now going to try to follow us up. Please don't Smokey Bro from Diversity goes down, and Hawaii are the only full force roster left to stand here. Quick recovery inside the truck for RIT, though, might bide against me here. Let's see how it goes. Cole, Kai, Gerald, a knock on to Not Rowan. No one has gotten the knocks onto Hawaii yet. Jack the Ripper, everybody, thank you for the subscriptions. Hawaii from up above means that we're coming to the end game. RIT are down to just one. UHE takes a knock on to Gerald. You have to wonder, yes, Diversity have gotten themselves back up to speed here. We can play. I have to cook dinner, sadly. I have not eaten today. Cypherson, thank you for the win. Thank you for the follow. In the end, it's a full recovery for UHE, a full recovery for Diversity, but more importantly than that, Jack as a wrench for RIT. Couple of shots from Diversity as they are much more full health here. University of Hawaii is begging for a successful dream. That mobile shield's only going to work for so long here. Finally, a smoke from Kai to give them just a little bit of recovery, but they need to get a knock. Any kind of knock here. Why are they dude, they are standing in front of a rampart shield. Why are we standing in front of a rampart shield? What are we doing? You are giving them extra damage against you. RIT Jack will get an EMP up above. Meanwhile, it is a choke here of a lifetime if Diversity do not win this game. A beautiful Maggie drill. Couple of damage down. It's not enough. There goes the drone. You have to wonder whose was it. It had to have been Jack's. EMP is available for Not Koryu. This is the time to use it. Here we go. Point blank EMP. Everybody down as mean as it can be. The zip line up to above is tracked almost so impeccably. Diversity haven't taken a single chunk of damage. Meanwhile, Cole will go down. A full heal up above means nothing for Diversity. They're the only team now left standing up above here. Somehow, Jack is still alive. RIT's Jack will finally be eliminated out, and with one final remaining member, Diversity will trade for trade and take the dub at the end of the day. There was a moment there where it almost looked like Hawaii had it, but the clutch recovery of Diversity, that's fucking insane. We are angry. We are angry. That being said, let me get some subs here while we wait. I'm gonna pull up the scoreboard, but I gotta do good on these subs before I forget. Here's the scoreboard. Let me get the refresh recovery at that. So first things first. First sub on the board. We got Johnny. Johnny, are you on the poster? Yes, you are. You're in yellow. Here we go. Johnny, that also means you get entry into the Wheel of Names for this. You weren't in it previously, so. Goth Girls, thank you so much. You get an entry into the spin. Where is... You're somewhere here. You have a lot. I know that. Goth Girls down below in the yellow. There you go. Another underline for your proposition. And more importantly, Jack the Ripper, I'm going to need you, I believe, to pick a color for this. This is your first time, Jack. I need you to pick a color. I also need you to pick something for me to draw on the shirt. All right. Points. I asked y'all over under 2.5 KP for Micah is cool. And sadly for the Abilene Christian University roster, Micah got 2. Congratulations to the under. That's how let's do it. What's up, sexy? Good to see you, Donut. It's always a pleasure. I need these coins. If you sub, I'll enter you in. I'll enter you in. Let's take a look at the current top 5. Diversity does get themselves 30 points off of that win. UHE nowhere close for Hawaii. RIT with 16. The Unks with 4. KSU Gold with 11. The overall standing. The Diversity take back first place here. UHE drops down to second. JT Sam, Lord Talon, thank you so much for the follow, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Unks there in third place. RIT makes a massive jump themselves up to the top 4. And there you go, Sea Boulder in the top 5. Still, the UNCC roster, even with the dub, are down to top 6. L Jukebox, friend of the family. One of my favorite friends from the NMSU Crimson roster. I got that. I actually got that. I clicked the right one. Micah is cool. Sorry. Zephyr, it's my B-day tomorrow. Can I get feet pics in my DMs? Gabe is Frosty. Thank you so much for the follow, guys. Thank you, everybody, so much. I'm taking a picture of my feet right now. Oh, this is a good shot. This is an excellent shot. I'm sending this over to Jelly immediately. Happy early birthday. Let's see. Little do you guys know, what is Jelly? Jelly, what's your Discord?
Twisted Minds!
Pajama, friend of the collegiate scene. Thank you so much. Ready for the giveaway? The giveaway is after. Do the giveaway after game 6. Start the game. It's a game 6 giveaway. What are we doing? Yeah, keep people here. Is it that easy for feet, bro? Who gives a shit? Their feet. Here, I'll give you one better. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. There you go. Honey pack. I just sent jelly feet. I don't really care. It's so funny to me. Hopefully you get this last game going. Final game of the day. World's Edge. Jelly's going crazy. Who isn't in? Alert. Zephyr just posted his feet pics. Oh my god, crazy. We were 59-60, but I said no restarts. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll show you. Here we go. In-game. Final game of the day. I'll never know if Jelly's serious or not. That's really the question mark of my life. I hope you enjoy it. Also, Faster, thanks for the follow, dipshit. What the hell? How are you? Oh, it's ACU. Micah is cool. Jay. We don't even have a T-Dobbs. We don't even have a... It is the Abilene Christian University roster. Such a strange place to be. Here's the question. Over, under, new prediction. You guys got 2 minutes to get it in. Will Diversity win? Yes, no. That honestly looks like a very funny thing. T-Dobbs needs a new PC. Someone raised the money. That's true. By the way, shout out to you guys with the subathon. I started today at 11 hours. We are still at basically 11 hours. I'm so excited, by the way, to announce that starting not this upcoming week, but next week, we are going to be live, I believe, 6 days every week during the collegiate season. Can you guys believe that? 6 days throughout the collegiate season. Get your predictions in, by the way. Will Diversity win? That is the question mark of today. Diversity is our first place team. Will they win it? That's all that matters. And reminder, we are doing a giveaway here. If you subscribe right now, I will put your name in the giveaway. Jack the Ripper, by the way, you've got to pick a color here, wherever you are. And, yeah. That being said, 20 teams remaining. We're going to Thermal Station. MST down, already in position. Final opportunity for these teams. Let's take a look at ACU as a duo. I don't know if they'll actually find success against the Colorado Mines, but maybe. They beat them last time as a trio. All I need is one good take. Asterix already with the rampart walls up, and Micah is 2. Could get the job done. Jay's brought low, and I can see why he's been molding, guys. Able to find heals for now, but the cross, Talon and them are already beginning to full send this out here. Asterix and them are hunting this out. Point blank, the beam misses for Micah. That's going to be what does him in if he's not careful. Needs to get away quick and fast here. Meanwhile, Jay has to play for recovery on the other side of the equation. Talon, though, quickly back into it just as fast as they go down. Finally, there we go. Point blank, nowhere to go. Micah is Q. Will be officially knocked out. And it looks like for ACU Esports, it's up to Jay once again to get a recovery off here. It is big to note, though, you have a Newcastle on the other side. For Abilene Christian University, every single take counts because remember, you've just got a Newcastle who's going to play for reset every step of the way here. Might be, yes, said and done for Abilene Christian University. Surprisingly, they are the first team to go out, but Tamu White is oh so close to them on the other side. Let's take a look at ISU Red because we've got Southeastern, our friends of the White Shield family, who almost was eliminated last time around here. Or, I mean, who was eliminated last time around, could not get themselves to blue shields the entirety of this game. Knock Koryu with a knock, and it tells me we're going to take a look at the diversity roster. If they go down here, the chance for first place is out of the driver's seat for them. The alternator crippling in its damage, but for Bozo, now needs to play for recovery. RIT's done a great job defending. He got NMSU Crimson playing for their own setup, and the Dankaroos, oh my god, the Dankaroos get a knock. El Jukebox is down. Can the Dankaroos get 1 point here? Come on, guys. On the other side of the equation, El Jukebox is still down into the other side of the building. There's a crack on the inside against RIT. Mrs. 2 Dank and the Dankaroos roster going to continue to look for this. Kayak, SE, I think they're finishing a fight of their own right now. ISU Red is actually losing the exchange as UT White has come into third party. Southeastern will run away as their father Southern friends will help them out against their fight against ISU. Meanwhile, back to the likes of the Dankaroos. You have to wonder, did they get the KP? It does not say they got the KP, guys. Meanwhile, RIT, fence line for fence line. MNS Crimson trying to peek up to height here. Feet Finder gets a knock on to Jack on the outside, and RIT is now officially down to 2. I don't know if they know this, but once again, it is a huge win for the Dankaroos. CSU Rams will go down in the meanwhile. A full leap to the low ground means that RIT is eliminated, and for the first time, the Dankaroos have gotten 1 point. It is, of course, in the hands of Lock Sanity. But I will tell you, my God, the Dankaroos got a point. 1 whole point here. I'll tell you what, Gerbil, you don't have to donate because it's honestly a shame that it took this long. Lock is on the carry, and that should have happened miles ago. Frog and friends here against the Colorado Mines roster. If I'm Derp Dude, I'm getting shot in the buttocks. Jenny, I'm getting shot in the buttocks, Jenny. Thank you, Talon, for saving me, Jenny. Meanwhile, Frog and friends are going to send it on me, Jenny. All right, I'll stop that. Anyways, a full rotate from around the back here. Shag and friends, or Frog and friends, or J-Dog and friends, whoever's the main friend you'd love to call home, are going to send it on Forest while they can. playing this one oh so respectfully, and it's for good reason. Shag almost brought down here. You have to wonder if Singular Frog will get a beam where it counts. Immediately back to the knockdown shield, and the Rampart walls are once again saving the day here for Forest on the other side. Colorado Mines, though, finally shot out as Talon is gone, and that is your Newcastle. Immediately a rotate from the other side from Singular Frog means crack for crack will be traded out. You need Shag and J-Dog to pull up to play for recovery and to get someone knocked down here. That's it for Asterix. A full set recovery. And at this point, they're just going to let Derp Dude once again run for the hills. For Derp Dude, that should be all said and done. Meanwhile, Diversity outside of zone, NMSU Crimson up above, and yes, a CU Academy roster still playing the eastern side. Singular Frog actually might be able to find this. Ooh! Little quick dodge around the back. Another stim around the other side. A slip around the other end, only for 20 damage. A quick, little grapple to get away. You're still point blank in the face of a Singular Frog who is more than happy to look for you here. 68 to add on to that 20 makes for 88 damage down. Derp Dude's almost full lost, and for the Colorado Mines, it is a hunt from the Frog that gets the job done. NMSU Crimson still holding on for dear life. Koryu is in zone alongside. Please don't smoke me, bro, please. Bro, don't smoke me, bro, please. Meanwhile, Truthfully is still outside of zone, but is able to get back into it. How many games is this going to? This is the last game. After this, we'll do a wheel spin, but it's a knock on not Koryu. Full thirst at that. Truthfully and Bro, Smoke Me Bro are at least separate in zone. Let's take a look at the edge of zone, because we've got Silly Gooses v what could be ISU Red. They've lost themselves in the sauce there, and that should allow the Silly Gooses to recover. Meanwhile, all the way on the outside of zone, University of Hawaii. Howdy to you, Atmoside. It's good to see you. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for the emote there. I love that animated emote so much. Well, howdy in chat. KSU Gold all the way down south. Couple of shots, distance and far from Mojo there. Won't be enough to punish the likes of KSU Gold. They got much better cover to bank. I love this from the Dankaroos. The Dankaroos not only have gotten 1 point, the Dankaroos have survived to the top 14, which means they are now 2 points. This is the best that Mrs. 2 Dank has performed all day. When's the Group T emote coming out? I think the next set of emotes that I buy will have collegiate players mixed in as well. I will make collegiate player themed ones alongside Lewis ones. Mrs. 2 Dank will go down from a long-range snipe, but the nice thing is they are way too far from KSU for it to be a problem. Here comes CU Academy flying in. I think we'll do a vote in we'll go on Discord, in the subscription channel, on the subscriber channel in Discord. I will host a vote, and you guys will submit your favorite players, and we'll do a vote. How about that? Shag will go down as we take a look at the Frog and Friends roster playing for their life. NMU Crimson 2v2 situation. Nowhere to go here. Point blank, another trade for trade, and it is up to J-Dog in a 1v1 against Pajama here. Little revive coming around the back from a Singular Frog, and it's a smart decision from J-Dog that will allow them to get this roster back into play. But man, J-Dog didn't even need the help here. Can we get a Narwhal interview? Yeah, real quick. Let me just. Is this Narwhal? Limboxy.
You actually called me. There's no shot, bro.
Quick Narwhal interview for not T-Mic. Narwhal, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I won a scrim block, like just barely in EEC, so I'm doing good.
What scrims you playing?
The EEC scrims. I was in lobby 2 and we won 4 games. It was pretty cool.
ECC, very nice. Congratulations to you. Who are you playing with?
T-Mic, actually. I was playing with T-Mic, and I was playing with 360 Silva. They're both in your chat, actually. They're right there.
Congratulations to y'all. What would you say was the defining moment that won you with the series?
I learned from my Go elixirs.mp4 and EMP'd at least 60 times.
Incredible. Would you say the allegations are true against you, Narwhals?
No, he likes to make up allegations against me the entire time. My grandma was watching actually, and he was saying that I had SAF allegations in your chat, and my grandma was watching. So I think he's actually kind of mean for that. Okay, you know.
360, you might be a little mean. Grandma was watching. Narwhal, thank you so much for the interview. I hope your grandmother doesn't think you're an awful human being now.
I think we're good. She gave me a Burger King crown today with my name on it, saying "Good job on winning." So I think we're good.
That's not good. That's not good. Zeph Apex, welcome. Oh my God, Narwhal has the Burger King crown and the allegations. ISU Red, they're holding out Hawaii, who've taken way too long on the edge of zone. My God, what an interview with someone who's not even playing in this scrim block. Cole will be running for the edge of zone. You have to wonder if they'll be able to get a heal off, because the longer they take, yes, they will be in zone, but Asian Hulk Bro has got you on the dome. Cole is hidden right below you right now, biding their time, just trying not to get spotted out, but this does not bode well for Hawaii at any given point here. I think the Dunkaroos went down. God damn it, the Dunkaroos got wiped out, and I missed it because I was too busy dealing with 360's allegations against Narwhal. We'll take a look at CU Boulder v Silly Gooses. They share building on building. Southeastern now looking a lot better on perps this time around. J-Dog will face a knock here against the Frog and Friends, and this could be the go button for the Unks roster. Dunkaroos, houses above KSU. Oh my God, you're right. Thank you so much. Shag, another knock because he's bad. And Ben Swallow from MST all the way over here on the western side of zone got the knock on J-Dog. A singular Frog will do a do-si-do and get out of dodge point blank into the heart of zone, which is hilariously happily empty. 360, thank you so much for the points. 54 viewers. Can we get that up, gentlemen? We'll take a look at a couple of these full heals as ISU themselves are now healing on the very edge of zone. Meanwhile, CU Boulder and the Silly Gooses just trying to work their way into something here. Reminder, at the end of this game, we are doing a giveaway. 3 Apex coins giveaways hosted by Faster, but if you subscribe to the channel, I will give you an extra submission in. 360 Swivel, Goth Girls, thank you so much for the points. They did, in fact, make it in. And more importantly than that, Johners just got full thirsted. It's another chunk of points for the Dunkaroos. MST will be eliminated by KSU in the meanwhile, as the Silly Gooses now share the exact same space. Peanut Butter will go down. A revive on the outside. A full send from Minufax, but he's getting shot up above. It's a re-knock and a burn of the Spitfire from Minufaces down below. A wipe on the other side, and Silly Gooses does get the knock. Meanwhile, here comes Kraber in hand. Vortec from southeastern Oklahoma. Zeph Apex, not Teamic. Thank you so much for the extra points. Remember, we get to 500,000 points. We are going to be jumping up to a random Royale tournament that I will be hosting this spring. Final rotations for these teams. Vortec and crew is going to be holding things out. Wizard, absolutely goated. 14,000 points is insane, Wizard. You make up well over 3-4% of the entire point streams. Birdie, add on to the mix, and we'll take a look at Southeastern Blue. Kraber in the hands of Vortec. Can he make it count? Can he make it sing? Instead, he's got to use that alternator. Finds the knock onto Swirls for Southeastern here. A dive down below, and the chase is on foot here. The double tap alternator is a criminal obsession here of these teams. A couple long-range shots against Vortec, and you have to imagine, yes, that's coming in from ISU. A riot drill up above, and the ISU red roster has come through. Can me Nar and that? No, Maple, misplays. Everybody, thank you so much for the points here. I wish I could read the rest, but the game explicitly gets rid of them. Here comes Lock Sanity, maybe to give the Dunkaroos more points, but instead getting shot out. Don't go down, Lock. You're trolling. Lock, you're trolling. You're trolling, Lock. They'll be good for now. ISU gets the full wipe onto Southeastern. Meanwhile, Kennesaw in a fight of their own. Unks v Kennesaw. A push from up on high, and Kanji will get the wrap for the flesh found against the Unks. Top 4 teams running. If the Dunkaroos win, you go bald. Send it! Send it! Send it on these chuds. Oh my god. Kindly Monkey, no, it's random. ISU up top. Golfy in the back. The UNC roster and the likes of the Dunkaroos have a line drive against ISU Red. If Dunks win, oh my god. Guys, Soares with a knock on 1. We're coming down to the top 3, and Dunkaroos are in it. KSU's on the southern side, and ISU are once again sticking another reset. There is another sear scan coming through from Psycho here from the UNCC roster. Palm, thank you so much for the points. It is criminal. I don't know the Dunkaroos are going to win it. Meanwhile, Enlightened has found them from behind. Major knocks down. Anguish is knocked. In the end, a couple of quick peeks for KSU Gold, and this could be the full send they need. Anguish might be able to get back inside, though, for the Dunkaroos. They are playing the Catalyst with Lock Sanity, so it's not an easy send. Meanwhile, ISU v UNC. UNC has let go of their complete position as the Dunkaroos make their recovery. Top 4 squads remaining. Couple of trades around the back, and Kennesaw is laying into it. Remember, ISU Red still is not in zone here. You have to wonder. Dankaroos, my goats. Dankaroos could do it, guys. It's a miracle against KSU, UNC, and ISU Red. Everybody wants the Dankaroos to win. ISU Red will go for the leap. They will share the space right alongside UNCC on the fence line here. That is good news for the Dankaroos. Problem for the Dankaroos, they still have Kennesaw to their north that will just bide their time and wait. Kanji getting so deep and dusty with it. It is criminal. Rekt is extending out from the other side, though. It is a KSU split here. Couple of shots. UNC are forced back to the inside. ISU Red looks very healthy. The pole is in the middle of it all. We are going to see, of course, that UNC early ultimate. I don't think you should have dropped it. I do not think we should have utilized the Seer ultimate now. It had much better length later on here. KSU Gold brought down low as the likes of the Dankaroos are just kind of playing ring around the rosy here. Oh my gosh. Has the Rev uncrouched yet? I don't think so. Okay, there we go. I was almost about to say, I was about to laugh if the Rev was crouched this entire time. Rekt is split here. If Locke gets a knock for the Dankaroos, this is huge. Come on, Locke. Locke with the heal. KSU have regrouped to play their building directly. The Dankaroos are gonna lead. They're gonna lose out on their exchange. Oh my god. Great wall from Lock Sanity. It will give them their pressure for now, but at the end of the day, it's too early. For the Dankaroos, you're losing out on space in record time. And we could talk about the other people, but this is just a bad spot to be now. They're gonna have to play right up against the edge of this wall. And it should be a KSU dub. That'll be it for Kayak and Soares. ISU Red faces their first 2 knocks down. Meanwhile, it's a full commit from the other side. The Dankaroos are down below. Top 3 here, but from up and above, UNC finally has the angles they need. A commit to the low ground, a double wipe, a full send. The Dankaroos eliminated, and with Kennesaw being the last remaining roster alive, they will be your winners of the final game. I know. Fuck Kennesaw. I need bald Zephyr. I'm sorry. Daddy, I tried. I fried. Coco, we don't care. We just wanted the Dankaroos to win. Fuck you, KSU. Boot him out. Boot him out. Boot him out. All right, let's take a look at the scoreboard, and then we'll get to the giveaway. The RP giveaway. Your scoreboard as follows. I asked, will diversity win? The answer was yes. Congratulations to the 2K points there. that you guys placed. That's the last bet of the day. KSU Gold jumps up to second place there. What's more important from that game, though, is that the Dankaroos finished with 10 points. 10 points for the Dankaroos. It was a massive win in my heart for the Dankaroos. Anguish, Mrs. 2 Dank, and yes, Lock Sanity, who makes up that KP, but more importantly, allows them to live in endgame. That's truly all that matters. At least we got some points. There you go. Mrs. 2 Dank, you are a fan favorite right now for everybody. Project Gerbil, thank you for the subs. I'm going to add your name to the giveaway a couple times here. For all those subs, you are absolutely phenomenal. And we have officially, once again, are unable to end the subathon, guys. Dankaroos own Tamu White. The Dankaroos are officially... The Dankaroos are above MST and Tamu White. The Dankaroos are officially 18th overall. My God. Project Gerbil, once again, absolutely insane. Let me add to your tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My God. Thank you so much. By the way, for anybody that is here, I am adding extra names into the wheel of names for subs. All right. Okay. So this is your last chance to sub. Add me. Grap, you were whatever. Okay. So 3 winners. I sat as coach for 5 games. Love you all. It's all about having fun. Amen. Thank you. Last chance. I'm going to count down. There we go. Applejacks.
What the?
Thank you for the sub, Applejacks. Let's add to the tally. Should we do nobody can win more than once? Yeah. Nobody can win more than once. Applejacks, thank you so much. Let's add you to the list. All right. I'm going to count down from 30. 30 seconds. No more after that, and we will roll the 3 winners. All right? Let me get my music. Rick Emporium, thank you so much. Let me get my favorite music. Mrs. 2 Goated. Mrs. 2 Goated. Amen. Am I on the wheel? Locked? Yes, you are. Add me on Feet Finder. There we go. Applejacks. Thank you so much. I'm going to add your name in a couple times there. All right. We're cutting it off. Applejacks, thank you so much. You're going to... Low-key, you might beat out Gerbil for the poster or the shirt. Applejacks, I do remind y'all, while Limbox is probably getting one of these, probably, whoever places second in the gift giveaway is getting either the shift or this. Let's get the rolls going here. A huge thank you again to Faster. Let's take a look at our first spin of the day. Our winner is, of course... none other Digi from CU Boulder. Rigged, not rigged. Digi's a legend. Let's remove Digi. Congratulations, Digi. He jumped up and down. Guys, you can literally see this. I'll shuffle it. Here's a shuffle. Big shuffle again. Our second winner. 6-7 viewers. Mega from, I believe it was Silly. Was it the Silly Gooses? Yes, Silly Gooses Mega. All right, Singular Frog was very close. Let's get another shuffle in. Shuffle. Here we go. Last one of the night. Oh, oh, oh. I'm not. It's rigged. It's fucking rigged. It's rigged. It's completely rigged, bro. It's rigged. All right, all right, all right. No faster, sorry. No faster. Here we go. Last spin. That was a rig. Oh! And it's Cole from the University of Hawaii. Congratulations to Cole. So close. So close to Project Gerbil there, getting that one. Thank you so much, everybody who participated. It was very, very fun. Hopefully we can do this again for Scrims. That being said, let's raid someone. Let us, can you spin for the sake of spinning? Yeah, here's a last spin. Boom! There you go, Goth. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is okay. We are at 6-7 viewers. Hilarious. Give a shout out to the FFFC. Love all my homies at the FFFC. Soares. Good night, Birdie. Anguish from the Dunkaroos. Whatever. GG, everybody. That was a fun. That was a hate. That's a hate group, Zephyr. My bad. I apologize. Zephyr, you just endorsed terrorists. Honestly, half of you guys are terrorists. Had a lot of fun today. Our goals put us at now. We are at 327, by the way. Where are we? We are now at 372 subs. That is insane, guys. What a day. Thank you so much for coming out. We're going to be doing more Collegiate all semester long. That does mean we've officially fulfilled our next goal, the Hot Chip Challenge. I'll save it for a very good day. We are 8 away from weekly premiere recaps, and more importantly, we are 28 away from a team video for every premiere things. 128 subs left for the 500 sub IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics, which is a huge thing. That being said, let's take a look at someone to raid. Spread the Zephyr love. I want to see some emotes. I want to see some appreciation in chat. Is there anybody who's someone we can sub? Someone small. I want someone with like no viewers. Poker night sounds fun. It does sound fun. Who's someone fun that we can, like someone that's got like no viewers, man? This song goes hard, man. I love this song so much. Queso? Not Queso. Raid AJ Man 05. That's my UH teammate. Could. Forza, Raid, D2C, UTF player. Alright, you guys. It's gotta be someone playing Apex, guys. It's gotta be someone playing Apex. Apex. We're an Apex content creator. Raid. Asu has 2 viewers. Insane. Goku Siege. Now that one I actually know. Hold on, that is a UCF player. Yeah, let's raid Goku. This is a UCF player. So, I'm always happy to give love to other collegiate players who need it. That being said, let's go give Goku some love. UCF, some Zephyr appreciation. There's a free emote in chat they can use if you're subscribed. Give them the howdy. That being said, it was a super fun time. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for the subs. Thank you so much for the communication. Thank you so much for everything. And have a good night.